I was allowed to believe that I was intelligent. My results in school might actually stay otherwise, especially in tertiary institution. But I knew I could learn a lot of things very fast. So I reached out to my fiance then, and I told her we could actually do something. Let us find something to do aside from this job. Let us just get something to do. And this is just me sharing this so that for us that we are working, we would know that there's actually life outside the 9 to 5. All right. So we started researching, doing a couple of things. Then in 2019, I think March precisely, we had a training then in church, and my pastor, Pastor Yomi, brought in that training to members of the church then, you know. And I was so excited because the training was very, very insightful. In my life, that would be like my first business training, you know, as an employee. I didn't know anything about business, but he taught us how to make money, import things from China into the country. And it was so exciting because so many things we could see around us, bringing them in from China, these things are very, very, very cheap, you know. So we got that training, and we got to know in that training that there's another training that we have to do, which has to do with digital marketing. But because of my work, I couldn't attend the training. So what did I do? Sharp guy. I went on YouTube, like my brother here said, and I started doing my research. I actually had an idea of the things I could search, and I was expecting a specific result. You know, when you go online with the thought of, okay, when I go on YouTube and I search for how to become a digital marketer, you get results. The truth about these things are, you will not get that absolute result that you need, right? These people will not give you, they will not give you the real thing. They will just give you the periphery of those things, and you think you have acquired a lot of knowledge until you enter the field and see how some of these things work. So I imported some things from China then, some leather bags. I brought them, and I was saying, okay, I'll run the ads. I was still having fears by the side, and I said I'll run the ads. So one time I ran the ad, and when I ran this ad, I did not get one single customer. And this is me that I went to a bank, got a loan with the idea that, yes, I'm going to blow this period, you know. We're going to do this thing big, and I got this bag. I just realized that I started selling these bags hand to hand. And this is me that have little patience, trying to market a product that even me, I don't have an idea of how to market anything. Because I'm always in the office, strategizing on how to do one or two things, selling other people's products, but I don't know how to even market my own product. So that was where the challenge came. And I will keep hearing people in our church then, you know, coming to tell us, oh, digital marketing, so people are making this money, and people are becoming fresher, and what's happening? So one day I reached out to my pastor's assistant then, and I told him, I want to learn this digital marketing, and I need it like ASAP. And he said, okay, we'll come. And within 2 days, he taught me like a lot of things. I will not lie. Like, this is something that is supposed to take, like, in a standard teaching, it's supposed to take you like 8 days then. That was how long I learned it in 2 days. And I'm like, this thing is too much. Like, 2 days, I learned how to design a landing page. That's your website. And I learned how to run ads. Right? So, but I felt, you know, because of the desire to learn something, because of the desire to break through, I didn't have a choice than to learn these things. And this brings me to me just sharing this with you. There was something my pastor shared, and I'm going to share with you. Sorry for me referring to him as my pastor. He's actually my pastor, so I have to tell you that. Yeah. So he said something. He said, one of God's gifts to man is hunger. Like, literally hunger. Like when you have this rumble in your belly that you are hungry. By the time you are hungry, you'll be desperate to do a lot of things. By the time you lack cash, you'll be desperate to want to do a couple of things. Things that will take you 8 days to learn. By the power of God, you learn in 2 days. I'm telling you. Then, to even complicate things, my wife was pregnant, you know, a couple of things were just going on at that point in time. I had that desire to learn a lot of things. So that was how my journey into digital marketing started. So I brought in leather bags, and I ran my first ad. After we completed the training, he did the setup for me then. I did a landing page. So the only thing I could just fall back on was, since I have a broader idea of what all these things entails, I started watching more videos to equip myself. Before now, I've started seeing videos, but now the videos became clearer to me. So it was more easier for me to actually transit in these things. So we started. We just had 5 bags. These bags, we imported them for 7,000 naira then. And I just told my wife, we'll run these ads. Don't worry, we'll run these ads. We ran the ads. And in less than 12 hours, we sold all the bags. And a bag I got for 7,000 naira, I sold them for 20,000 naira. Then, and people were rushing. In fact, I had customers that were actually waiting till when the next orders will come. So that actually gingered me from, finding it difficult to pay back the loan. I was able to start gathering money, and we started from there. So we started little by little. But then I had now the confidence now to go request for a real loan and start up a business, because I already know what I need to do, right? So with the help of that skill, I just fired, and I just continued, and that was how I started. Now, one of the things I actually did then was the fact that I left my job. It might not be your case, right? You can actually manage these things. Running a digital marketing campaign is not something that is more like a big deal. If you know it very well, like someone showed you how to actually run these ads, it's something you can just do within 15 minutes, you are done. 15 minutes, this is not me, I'm telling you, 15 minutes you are done with everything you have done. If your landing page is ready, you have done your landing page before now, running the ads is not a problem. So I faced that problem, and where did the big break come from was the fact that I decided to take that big step and overcome my fear. Now I know a lot of us are actually seated here, and as a human, one of the things that suppresses certain big decisions you want to take in life is fear. Because by the time you want to take that step, you will now start having 100 questions asking you or telling you why this thing would never work. What if this? What if that? In my case now, what if I sent this bag and the person refused to pay? What if I sent this bag and it got missing in transit? All these funny questions pop up. But I just had to overcome that fear. And one of the things that made me overcome that fear, like I said, it was hunger. I was broke. And that brokenness then just made me start doing a lot of funny things. I eventually broke through in that particular business. We're doing it for a while. Then how do I enter into the space of logistics? Right? After a while, I noticed that a lot of the issue that we're having in e-commerce then, because that's what we call it. If you are running if you are a digital marketer and you have to run a sales funnel whereby you sell physical products, we refer to it as the e-commerce space. That's electronic commerce. So I started selling things online. In fact, that ginger was there. There was nothing I could not sell online. From luxury items to any kind of item that you can think of. I started even training people at some point, just ensuring, just making them know that, yes, there's something else you can do outside work, because I've been in that space. I know the challenges that were there. And mind you, while I was working, my basic salary then was 30,000 naira, as a graduate. And 30,000 naira could not really do so much because, one, I'm the firstborn, and I had 4 other siblings. And funny enough, those other siblings had not even entered school. So I know I needed to do more to ensure that, my siblings had the life that, I didn't have. And, that was how I started. So while my journey into the digital marketing space, I realized that one of the problems that a lot of people have is the fact that they could not get their products in time. That was how I ventured into the logistics business. And at the moment, I have around 15 staffs that work with me. I work with a firm, and I help them dispatch their items around. Now, one other thing I would like to mention um, before I would round up, is the fact that after I break through from that fear, what was the thing I actually seeked going forward? Mentorship. Now, you might actually have the idea that yes, you can actually do this on your own, which is actually true, but it's going to take you a longer time. I'm going to tell you the truth. It's going to take you a longer time. Just imagine that the immediately I learned how to import things from China, I transited straight into digital marketing. My journey would have actually been cut short because it took me a longer time. From that time, that was March, and I resigned in October. So a lot of things had already gone so wrong. So you need mentorship. Mentorship will save you stress. Mentorship will save you mistakes. And if you don't get the right mentors, that's when a double problem. A lot of people out there are teaching this digital marketing thing, and by the time you enter their classes, you'll be so surprised what it is. They don't tell you exactly what you need to know about the digital marketing space. How do you run these ads? What are the templates you use to get the results that you need? Anybody can tell me that digital marketing. There was a time I interviewed somebody with my sister here. She told us, the guy actually told us he's a digital marketer. And by the time I sat down with this guy, after listening to the guy, I just told her, this guy does not know anything. And she was like, that we should just give him a trial, I said he doesn't know anything. And this is the reason, because a lot of people do more of the talk. But when it comes to actions, and when they come to that talk, they will blow grammar for you. In fact, they will find different terminologies to make sure that this thing makes plenty sense without showing doings. When they start even telling you this grammar, I already know that this person is just a fraud. And truly, at the end of the day, the guy didn't even last up to a month. She had to lay him off. Yeah, a week, right? A week. And we had to lay him off. And that's just the thing. So, I want to assure you, like my brother has actually shared, Mr. Toby, you're actually at the right place. And a lot of things you're going to learn here. And one of the things I want to ensure that we do is to have an open mind. Ensure that you have an open mind. Because one of the things that actually hinder people from getting some of the things they need to get is that closed mind. They are not open to new ideas. I saw the package, and like this should be our I think the fourth training we are having. Most of the package is even bigger than what we even learned then. A lot of the things that you have to learn. So, can you transit from your 9-to-5 job into the digital marketing space? Yes. Is it possible to combine both? Very, very true. You can combine both. It's very possible. And can I scale in this? Yes, you can. In fact, I get job adverts on LinkedIn. And most of them, virtually every day, I get jobs of companies looking for digital marketer. Majority of the jobs are remote. You don't need to be there. Because why do I need to be there when all I need to do is on my laptop? I don't even need to show anybody anything, because you can also have access to what I am doing on your own laptop also. So it's something that is free for anyone to learn. Age is not a barrier. Age is not a barrier, regardless of how old you are. If you actually sit and think deep on your present business that you are running at the moment, you find a space. In my own space as a digital marketer, as a logistic, as someone who runs a logistic company, it works for me. Even though I've not really implemented it like the way I want to. If I decide that, yes, today, I want to start getting clients the way every other person gets, truthfully, I will actually get, because I have the skill. I can create a website, refer clients to a landing page, and ensure there's a way you run your ads, and you ensure that you get these clients the way you want them to come. It's something you can basically control. So it's just like you controlling your marketing system. And when it doesn't really work, within the space of hours, you know something is wrong. You can always tweak it again. So you don't need to wait for maybe like 3 months or 1 month. A day is enough for you to actually know that there's something wrong with your ads, and just tweak it and get the result you need. As an educationalist, you can actually use that for your business. Yes. Because a lot of people out there need what you are teaching. You might think in your mind that people don't need what you're teaching. as far as little as English language. So everybody looking for teachers online, and it's just you are just a click away from those you getting those clients if you know how to run your ads effectively, and you get what you need. So do I have any questions? Do we have any question? Okay, so the mic, please.
Thank you very much for that exposition. So my question is, what are the basic computer like skills you have to possess before you can go into all this? Because someone that is coming that does not even have any knowledge about computer literacy. So what do you expect such a person to do? So what are the basic like computer skills you have to have before you go into maybe e-commerce, in digital marketing and the rest? Thank you.
So if I'm going to answer that, as at the time when I learned this skill, I had the only skill I had with on a computer is just to type. That's all. I might not necessarily know how to type. The letters are there. You can read and write. You'll be able to type in what you need to type. So you don't need an advanced skill like computing skill to run a digital marketing class, or maybe an agency, or whatever you want to use it for. So does that answer your question, sir? Yeah. Okay, I think there was someone in back there. Yeah.
Good morning.
Hey, good morning.
Um, I've been having this struggle to market a poetry book. Actually, I'm a poet. I write. So I published this book like I think this 2 years. But to get customers, like I even told someone to help me run a Facebook ad, you know, do some WhatsApp ad or those WhatsApp TV and stuff. But it doesn't still work out. In that kind of case, what can I do? Because the book is on Amazon, is on seller, still yet no sale.
So my best advice: enroll for this course. Enroll for it, right? And you would, by the time the next speaker comes up, you will know the reason why I'm telling you to enroll for the course. A lot of the time, when people tell you they run Facebook ads, like I said, they don't know what they are doing. That's just the truth. I can't really give you details because of time, but the best I can just advise you: enroll for the course. When you start the course, you know the reason why I'm telling you that you need to enroll for the course. Yeah. Next question. Yeah. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
My question is the schedule of the course. So I want to plead that it should be flexible so that
Yes, it's
different
flexible.
kind of
It's
people will be
flexible.
able to key in.
So it's something that the next speaker would elaborate more on, but it's very flexible. Yeah.
I think you already answered my question because I wanted
Okay,
to
sir.
ask, would there be access to direct mentorship?
Sure.
Okay.
I think you have like, I think 6 months. Yes, sir. So you have a longer time for mentorship, safe. Yeah. So any more question or any other question? Okay, sir. Okay, so this is the last question we're taking.
Yeah, I just want to say, whatever you guys did that brought every one of us here today, that's what I want to learn so that I can also apply it to my business.
Sure.
And I want us to go straight to the point, so that we can all learn this thing quickly.
Okay. Okay. So I would be bringing in the next speaker in. So let's just, like I said, let's be open-minded and ensure we are here to learn. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Brother Sunday. Good morning, everybody. How are we all doing? Okay, so Omiyale Yomi. How many of you have seen me before? Online? How many of you have attended my seminars in the past? None of you? But you have been seeing me online. Okay, so you are welcome. So today, I think they are working on the projector, but I will just speak from my mind. Especially for my brother that wants us to go straight to the point. Don't worry, we'll go straight to the point, right? So I want to talk to you today about the present, the past, and the future, right? And I want to tell you where we are today, where we started from, and where we are going to, right? First of all, we actually don't use this all. This is our first time of using this all. How many of you saw Excellence Hotel before? Then you later saw this, right? But there's a program going on, and we had to use this as a makeshift arrangement, and that is why there might be some little hiccups, right? But anytime, any day, I will still vote for Excellence Hotel, right? Because the service there is better than the one I've experienced here today. And that is not to spoil anybody's business, but I'm just saying the truth, right? So, that being said, because at Excellence Hotel, we won't be struggling with projector as at this time. Would have been using it before now, right? So let's talk about the present. Then I will tell you where we started from, right? So, many of us here are here to do. I just start from the very first page. When I'm ready, I will tell you. Is this the very first page? Eh? This is the first page. No, my slide now. First page. Very first page. Right? Then there's a place where Michael kept those pictures. So start with those ones, where those pictures are. Okay? So I will tell you when to move to the next picture, but let them see. Right? So this was 2021. This was the past. Right? And this is today. So let me start from today. Right? And I don't want you to see it as, oh, these people, they just talk a lot. Right? I had a class yesterday with people, and I was sharing some things with them. Just to make them understand that everybody had a beginning. Today I run Digital Consulting, and we have well over 70 staffs working for us. Since we started in 2019 to date, we have trained over 10,000, and that is being conservative. And when I mean 10,000, not just in Nigeria, in UK, in US, in Canada, Qatar, UAE, Asia, many parts of the world, on tech skills and other skills, right? And it is not a big deal. As a matter of fact, it's even small compared to what is possible. Are you with me? It is very small compared to what is possible. I'm not the kind of person that will tell you about revenue, about all those kind of stuff. But I give you those kind of figures so that you know that as regards what we are doing, we know what we are doing. Yesterday, I had a class with my student, and I was telling them how I got into Kenya. I was able to break into Kenya, training students in Kenya. So that is where we are today, but that is not our peak. We are still going very far. Training is one of our businesses, right? Now, but we started from somewhere. And that is what I want to take you to. And like many of the people I've spoken today, some of them have 10 staffs working for them, 15 staffs. I have students that I've trained in the past, right, who have, that what they are doing up till now is what we train them on, right? So what we do here is transformation. If you are doing well financially, you will do better with digital marketing, right? If you are not doing well at all, you don't have anything to do, you are just struggling, you're unemployed, don't worry, you are in the right place, right? Because what we do here is transformation. But there's something I want to beg us for. Please, in the few minutes I will be with us, I want your undivided attention. Some of you came from Badagry, as I heard. A lot of you came from Bega, Ikeja, Island, and the rest of it. So please, let's focus, right? Let's focus and let's minimize the distraction. If you know that you'll be picking phone calls up and down, just sit down at the edge, right there. But if you are seated in front of me and you want to be going and coming and going and coming, when somebody enters, I'll take the person to sit on your seat, right? So, now this was 2021. Next picture. 2021. This was at Excellence Hotel 2021, right? Next picture. Okay, just hold it there. Go back to the previous picture, right? Now, many people, like he was part of that training, right, in 2021. Many people who attended that training in 2021 are doing big things today. They are doing very big things today. And the reason why they are is not because they are exceptional. It's just because they have the ability to project themselves. It's not because they're exceptional. Now, how did you get here today? Like our brother said. How many of you saw the ad for this program last week, Friday? No, you are wrong. I didn't run the ad last week, Friday. I mean the ad for this program. This one. I was specific, this one. How many of you saw the ad last week, Thursday? How many of you saw the ad on Sunday? Sunday? How many of you saw it on Monday? How many of you saw it on Tuesday? Wednesday? Yeah. So I had to do that experiment to show you that on Sunday morning, I sat down with my laptop, right? Excellence Hotel told us that we couldn't use the place, so I was indecisive. Should we still do it or not? Should we still do this program or not? So I just, okay, let's just have this program, and let's just do what we can do, right? It was just something I woke up Sunday morning and said, let me just do this. So I ran the ad on Sunday morning. So everybody that is here today came because they saw the ad between Sunday and yesterday. Are you with me? So if you don't believe what we are saying, at least understand the fact that what brought you here was just a 4 days job. No banner, no billboard, no jingle, no running with bus up and down, no influencer. It was just somebody sitting down by his laptop and just running an ad within a few minutes, and you're all here. And that is the power that you must have. It's not just about holding a program like this. I have used this same thing to sell real estate for companies who could afford my fees. I have used it to sell information. I've used it to sell training. I've used it to sell products, a lot of products in e-commerce. I've used it to do virtually anything you can talk about. So it is something that if you have, it will transform what you are doing. Right? Like I always tell people that the most beautiful girl in Nigeria is not the most beautiful girl in Nigeria. Is the most beautiful sane girl. The most beautiful visible girl in Nigeria. So many of you are exceptional. But what you lack is visibility. What you lack is projection. What you lack is enough people are not saying what you have to offer. Right? Many of you are already laboring, but you are not laboring with the right tools. Right? So this was 2021. Now let me also say this. Many of you will come here today. You're already aware that we have a course. I will talk more about it. I will say that do everything you can to get in. I was still with my students yesterday. I went to the office, day before yesterday, that was Tuesday. And many of them who are in the class are already running ads. A lady sent me a report, getting results. While the training is not done, they're already getting results. That is how electrifying digital marketing is. Now, next slide. So let's start from where I started from. So I've told you where I am right now, right? But let me show you where I started from. So this is me. I'm a pastor, right? I pastor Household of King's Church at Ojodubega, Lagos, Mountaintop Hotel. This is not our church. Like I said, we are using this place because where we use. So why didn't we take you to our church? It's because our church is at Bega. From our understanding, Ogba is more central, right? So that's why we actually don't do it in our church. So next slide. Next picture. So this is me. I love to travel. As you can see. Next slide. Okay. Having fun. This was when I was a sheikh. I was made a sheikh in Dubai some years back. Next slide. Right. Next picture. That's all. Okay, no problem. So let's go back to our slide. So where did I start from? Okay, so first slide. Multiple streams of online business seminar. So people of God, I will tell you during the course of this session that when I started business, right, I left an oil and gas job. And I'll still tell you more about this. I left an oil and gas job. And why did I leave an oil and gas job? Was because I had what is called multiple streams of income. If you are doing business in Nigeria and you don't have multiple streams, you might have multiple struggles. Are you with me? Because doing business in Nigeria is tough. Are you with me? Doing business in Nigeria is tough if you don't have the right knowledge. So, Joseph, I don't know if there's a way that the stuff can fill the screen. If not, so that everybody can see. Okay, that's better. That's better. So, go up. Scroll. Good. So, who am I? Like I said, where did I start from? I used to work at a multinational Big Four tax and auditing firm, 2013 to 2018. I used to work at PwC. I graduated from school. My first job was at Stanbic IBTC. Then from Stanbic IBTC, I got a job with PwC, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and I was there for 5 years. And I had a major breakthrough. I got a job with Oriental Energy. That's 2018 to February 2020. As a matter of fact, when I got that job in 2018 December, because all the years I was at PwC, my highest salary was 350-something thousand naira. That was the highest I got. Then that year, I got a job with Oriental. And my salary became 1 million naira. That's monthly salary. And there were other allowances. I had other allowances in dollars. People of God, I'm telling you the true story. That when they paid me my first salary, I got the alert on my phone. My Gmail. I got an alert from GT Bank. I went to the bank. I'm telling you the true story. I'm not lying, no. One thing you need to know about me that I don't lie. I don't have any reason because I'm not afraid of anybody. I'm not trying to impress anybody, right? So when I got that alert, I went to the bank. I withdrew 100,000 from the ATM. I don't know whether it's been a long time I went to ATM. I can't remember the last time. But as at that time, I went to them. I withdrew 100,000. So when I withdrew 100,000, the money dropped to 900,000. It was at that point I believed. Are you with me? That I had this money. Are you with me? Because for 5 years, the highest I've ever gotten was 350,000 naira. So when they were paying me 1 million naira, it was still, is it really happening? Is this happening? Is it a dream? Lord, this dream, I don't want to wake up. Oh. If this is a dream, Lord, I don't want to wake up from this dream. Let me just be dreaming. Are you with me? But fast track 2020, just after 13 months, I dropped my resignation letter. And when I dropped my resignation letter, my boss laughed when he saw my letter. When I told him, because it was on a Friday, he laughed at me. He said, we've been stressed at work a lot this week, right? That I should go and rest, then come back on Monday morning. That I just felt like the guy is just reacting to too much stress. Because over there at the company that I work for, people don't resign. It's either they sack them or they die there. I met people who had been working there for 15 years. People had been working there since the day the company started. They will tell you, our old office, when we started there, have you remember Mr. Akinlabi? You understand? So, who are you 13 months? You are dropping resignation letter. Who born you? Right? But Monday came. So at that point, it felt like maybe, he now told me that I should meet my senior pastor, that I should see my senior pastor, because it felt like now, this one is no longer stress. It's a village. This is a spiritual. I'm telling you the truth, too. If I should talk to my pastor about this thing I want to do, that I should just see. And this man, he doesn't go to church. Oh. He drinks, he doesn't. But at that point, he said I should talk to my senior pastor. But I resigned, right? Now, and I'm a pastor, as I've told you already. So scroll to the next slide. So that was where I started from. But what gave me the effrontery to resign? Just scroll up. What gave me the effrontery to resign? You can hold it there. What gave me that effrontery? Next slide. These are my very old pictures. Okay, I'm married, as you can see. Next slide. Very old pictures. Okay, this was at the start of our church. At the beginning of the church. Okay, so now what gave me that effrontery? Just hold it there. Just hold it there. Now, let me go back to the past. Like the two speakers have said earlier, you see, people, mentorship is very, very important in life. But when we say these kind of things, people always have at the back of their mind, oh, these people, they just want to sell you something. Oh, they just want to do this one. They just want to do that one. And I understand. But I will share my story and show you how mentorship changed the game for me. And now I have mentored a lot of people, and I'm still mentoring a lot of people to succeed. So I want you to listen very well and follow my story. So every business I did from 2013 to 2018 failed. Every one of them. Everyone. Now, if I wasn't a sound Christian, I would naturally assume that I was under a demonic siege. You know when they say the powers of your father's house, the powers of your mother's house. I know some of you here are Christians. But let me tell you, I will also share the story of my pastoring my church people. Some of the problems people are facing, Satan is not even aware. I'm a pastor. I've been pastoring since 2014. I've been an assistant pastor. 2018, I became a pastor of a church. Not, I was pastoring a church. And currently, I'm the founder of my church. Right? So, I can tell you for a fact, and I will tell you from experience, that many of the problems people are facing, Satan is just getting to know now that this person has been going through this problem. Some people are saying, principality fighting me, demonic this fighting me. Who exactly are you that Satan wants to deploy his resources to fight you? How many souls have you saved? How many churches have you established? How many strongholds have you broken? But say they are fighting, Satan is after me. Satan is against me. Most times, some of the things you people gloat over as they have the battle is a lack of insight. Lack of knowledge. Sorry for people, let's just say the Holy Bible says, the lesser light to rule the day, the greater light to rule the night. Some of you is a lack of light. That is your problem. But you have been fighting Satan all this while, but you just lack light. So I failed for 5 years. Let me just give you a summary of my failures. Right? So I had my PwC job, and I was getting a modest salary. Nigeria was 350,000 naira now is not so much money. But back then when I got my job, I was earning 142K. Then after 6 months, they were paying me 180,000 naira. That was 2013. So I was okay. I could afford a car. I had my own house. I was living fine. I was not married. I was okay. So all the money I was making as they were increasing the salary, I was investing in one failed business or the other. One of the first business was a friend of mine who studied at Greek in school. By the way, I went to Lautech. He studied at Greek. And he told me about fish farming. So he said, yeah, because he studied at Greek for 5 years. So I believed him. So he was the technical partner, I was the financial partner. So I put money into that Greek business. In one weekend, all the fishes died. I lost all my money. But I didn't give up. Abraham Lincoln contested 21 times. A just man falleth, he riseth again. The next one was I went online. And just like Mr. Sunday said when he was talking, that he went on YouTube. And there's nothing wrong in going on YouTube. He went on YouTube. He put many things together on YouTube. At the end of the day, he didn't make headway. So my process then was very simple. Get an idea. Go on Nairaland. Go on YouTube. Go on Google. Invest. Fail. Go again. So I got this idea that importation is the thing. Importation. We need to import. So I went online, went on Ireland. I saw one contact somewhere. I sent money to the person. When I was sending the money, the communication was going on smoothly, right? Immediately, I sent the money. The communication became slowest. Then up to today, I never got the money again. I never got the money back. So I said, no problem. Then I said, okay, I failed 2 times. There's something I can't fail in, because in Ibadan, I grew up in Ibadan, we have a small plot of land at the back of our house where we plant plantain. So, plantain, every year, you just go there and you pluck the plantain. That's how plantain is. Every year, it will just bring, you just pluck it again. So we eat a lot, then even give to people. So if you came to our house, we'll give you, plantain was our souvenir. We just give you plantain, egbao, take this along with you. So I said, if I will fail at anything, it can't be plantain farming. Right? But I did not know that there's a difference between subsistence farming. Okay, I need to be in front, right? Okay. I just wanted to connect. There's a difference between subsistence farming and commercial farming. So, got 2 acres of land in Oyo State to do plantain. When we're getting the land, all these old people were encouraging me, oh, yeah, this is a good move. This is a nice thing. This is what we are saying. All these young people, we should go back to farming in Nigeria. Farming is the future. By the time I got 2 acres of land, they now spoke to my parents. And they said, hope you people are not planning to start the plantain farming immediately. Well, yes, sure, why not? Immediately say, there's a little problem that, and this was 2015, that there were Fulani, as at that time they were not killing people. All this kidnapping was not like this. It was just, you ate my crop, I ate your crop. It was just that small, little fight here and there. They said these Fulani people, they passed through the land I bought because there was water on that land. There was a river on that 2 acres. And that they will eat whatever I plant. That before I start, I need to fence 2 acres of land. How much did I buy the land? How much is the plantain itself? How much that will fence 2 acres? So I abandoned that. I could go on and on. I will give you the one, not the last, so I'll just give you one more. Uber business. I did Uber business too. I thought I was wise. And that's a mistake many people make. You read too much. There's a difference between knowledge and experience. Like he said, many of you here, Facebook ads, I'm a digital marketer. You see, there are levels in a thing. And I've been running ads since 2019 February. I'm still running ads till yesterday. That's why you are here. Are you with me? So I've been running ads for 8 years. There are things I do with Facebook ads that I've not seen in any video. I've not seen it. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I've watched videos, it is not there. Because there are some things you will only learn from experience. Or you learn from other people's experience. So, smart man like myself, I went to do Uber business. Let's do Uber. Right? And I put tracker. I learned that when you do, you have to put a tracker. I put tracker, I did everything. But one thing I saw was the fact that my car will always be showing that it's around a hotel roundabout. I will call the driver and say, sir, every time you see me, I'm always trying to pee, but I didn't know that the man had disabled the tracker. He had disabled the tracker. Right? So by the time he returned the car, and I took it to the mechanic, they told me, sir, this car has been picking agricultural produce from Ijebu Ode, Ibafo, Shagam. I said, no, the car is always around the hotel roundabout. They showed me many things that, no, this car has plied in. You know all those Ijebu Ode road? You know how bad they are. So I had to sell the Uber car and use the money to do. By the time I sold, it was just a loss. Now, where was the turning point? Because that is what you should be interested in. And unfortunately, a lot of people will struggle and struggle and struggle and struggle. Sir, sorry to embarrass you, right? But sir, you are in my front, your eyes are closed, and it's like pouring cold water on me. But your eyes are closed, sir. No, look at me, sir, if you want to get it. Or we can just move you a bit back, right? I want energy. You remember what Burna Boy did? You don't know what Burna Boy did? No, I won't do it, though. When somebody was, just sleeping in his conference, he just brought money and gave the person and said the person should leave his program. But I won't do that. Yeah? I'm just kidding. Right? How many of you heard that story? It just so, when you are talking with energy, you want the people in your front. So how many of you are full of energy? How many of you want me to continue? Okay. Okay. So, now, but here was the turning point, people. Here was the turning point. So, now, let me just oppose it. Then I became a pastor in 2018. June 2018. And when I became a pastor of that church, 2018, our church before then was a struggling church of struggling church members. I had people in our church who were earning 30,000. I had people who were earning 60,000. Family man with 2 children. Everybody in the church was struggling, except myself and my pastor. It wasn't that we were doing so well, but at least we were the only ones that had cars in the church then. And it wasn't any serious car like that, but we had car we could park in the parking space. Right? So, when I became a pastor of that, don't forget that for 5 years I had not succeeded before I became a pastor. The failures were still there. Long list of failure. So when I became a pastor of the church, now here was a church that for 1 year, we would do services for 1 year, we bind the devil, we kill the devil, we do everything, every fire, worship. And at the end of 1 year of fighting the devil, we still had to go to the headquarters to borrow money to pay for the rent of a church that we have been fighting devil for 1 year. Right? So when I became a pastor, I told my church members, I said, for the next 1 year, it's poverty I want to fight to. After 1 year, we can talk about heaven, deliverance, the kind of demons, how those, the last days, the second coming of Christ. But I said for this first 1 year, I said because if we are unable to pay the rent of this church, headquarters will get tired and they will just close us down. Are you me? Because then I was an unmarried young man and I was just like the last hope, like, okay, let's give it to this guy. Because senior pastors are pastors of the church. Let's give this church to this guy to pastor. And if he fails, it won't be a big deal. Right? Because we can just say he was not matured, he was not married, So it was just like my pastor was already preparing me, for failure. Trying to say, okay, you are you are a young man, you are just the last hope, and if this church does not succeed, then we'll just close it down. When they are already telling you that if we'll just close this place down and we'll move on. So I told them I'll fight poverty for 1 year. Now, people, listen to me. No matter what you people are saying, I'm into real estate, I'm into insurance services, I want to monetize my knowledge, I'm a digital marketer. At the end of all that, your grammar is money you are looking for. Yes or no? Yes. In our office at the moment, there are people who are into insurance. People who have been in banking for 20 years, who are retired. Many of them, what brought them there is still money. So, I started. So every month I will bring a speaker to church. Now, why am I running you through this journey? Because I want to make you understand that this thing that we are doing, these multiple streams of income, digital marketing, virtual assistance, exportation, information marketing, we are arriving at these 4 things. It was not just because I just sat down and said, what can we do again? Oh, what can we do again? It's like, when some people sit down and say, if I put Osimhen, I just put Lukman, back it up with Alan here. Then at the back, if we just put Sergio Ramos here, right? No, it's not that. The reason why we put those 4 things is because these are 4 easy, stable ways for people to make money. Are you with me? So these are tested and trusted. It wasn't just that, what can we do now? Let's just... So, one more, let me tell you some of the things we did. So, if you are here and you are still doing Forex and crypto, right? May you not end up in the forest. May you not be crippled though. Sir, but I know one brother. He made money from, yes. I also know 1,000 brothers that are in debt because of Forex and crypto. So 1 month I will bring a speaker to church and he will talk about a particular business and we're all excited. You know, because I told my church members we are going far. We are breaking through. And at the end of all the talk, he would say, oh, this business, you don't need so much money. You just need like maybe 2 or 3 million naira. These were people that didn't have money. They couldn't do it. So I'll just tell them, don't worry, people. This month, we didn't succeed. Next month is another time. Then next month, someone else will come again and say, property, land. Nothing wrong with real estate. Land is the way. I bought a land 2 years ago. I bought a land 5 years ago. Now that land has appreciated. That land is this. That land is that. How much is the land? Oh, if you just buy a land of 10 million somewhere in the next state. I said, my church member, we have missed it this month again. Next month, we go again. Following month, someone will come and say, loan. Loan is the way. All you need is loan. Once you have loan, you need loan to do business. You need capital. You need funding. You need this. You need that loan to do a business. Okay, we are very close. It's looking like it. Sir, let's get the loan. Let's start the business. By the time they bring the list of requirements for getting all this government loan, we know that we have missed the post. So I was doing this from June 2018 till January. Every month I will bring somebody. We missed it. We were never able to implement any of these things. I'm telling you. So we have tried a lot of things. We never implemented anything. Then, January ending, I was having a conversation with my friend then, but now my wife, and we're just talking about things, and in passing, she said, I brought in some 10 bags from China, and I've sold everything. So I want to bring in another set. Something went off in my brain like an alarm. Now don't forget that as at that 2019, I was earning over ₦1 million a month with many allowances, right? So naturally, that shouldn't be a big deal, right? But why was it a big deal? Because I had done business for 5 years. I had never done anything successfully for 5 years. Number one. Number two, I had tried to bring in things from China, I think 2016. My money left, but the goods never came. So when she said, I brought in 10 bags from China, the first alarm blew. Like, do people actually bring in things from China? And in this course, how to bring things from China is one of the easiest things you will learn. And many of you are already bringing things from China. I can tell you that you are bringing it in at a very expensive price. I'm telling you for a fact. Because there are ways we know that it is extremely cheap. Because we see a lot of Instagram vendors online. We see all those guys who bring container and everything. And we look at the prices they sell those things. And we look at how much will be. Everything in my house is from China. Everything, my fan, my baby's toys, clothes, everything. We bring everything from China. So it's not a big deal. It's a bonus. Part of the things you will learn in this program. But let's get back. So when she said that thing, it went up. Then she said, I sold. So I said, how did you bring it from China? He said, no, it's not hard now. You just do like this. You go here. You do that. I said, so, but how did you sell? He said, I use Facebook ad. I said, I want to get into this your thing. So I brought in 20 bags. Because she made a profit of 5,000 naira on each bag. And she brought in 10. So that was 50,000 naira. So I decided to bring in 20. 20 bags, 100,000 naira. I put my money there. I didn't tell anybody. I brought in the bags. When I brought in the bags were in my house. A friend of mine came visiting. His name is Stanley, a very good friend of mine. He saw those 20 bags in my room. And he asked me, he said, where did I get all these bags? I said, Debbie, she bought 10 bags. She sold the bags, and she made profit on the bags. So I'm also doing the same. Stanley said, he said, what if you're unable to sell it? I said, Debbie sold her own. I will sell my own. He said, what if when you sell it, the customers can't give you the money? I said, but when she sold her own, they gave her the money now. Right? He said, okay. He said, what if you take it there and the customers say they don't want it? I said, but our own customers did not say they don't want it. He asked, I said, Stanley, enough. 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 And why am I sharing this story? You see, every time you want to take a leap in life, there will always be many things that will stand at your way. Some of you will have objections. Oh, I'm not a computer person. I don't know how to use computer. Hey, I don't really have time. I don't think I have time to learn it now. I don't think I can do this, right? Now, listen, I want you to do one experiment. Joseph, I don't know whether you can go to YouTube. Yeah, just go to YouTube and search for Omi Aleyomi on YouTube. Right? So, many of you will give yourself all those excuses and all those things. And by the time you give yourself those excuses, that opportunity has passed. The people that I taught, they made incredible money during COVID. While everybody was suffering, they were smiling because I taught them in 2019. Right? So, while we are waiting for him, so I told Stanley to shut up. And I sold the 20 bags. I sold everything with Facebook ads. I brought in 50 bags. I sold the 50 bags. I brought in 100 bags. I sold the 100 bags. At a point, I was selling 300 leather bags every month, all over Nigeria, every month. Right? Before I just handed that over to my wife. Right? So are you with me? So, that was the starting point. Then I began to teach my church members to do the same. When I knew that, yes, I had mastered this thing. I had mastered it. Then all those church members who were struggling, all of them began to do well. I'm no longer a pastor of that church, but this was 2019 that they were taught. Till today, a lot of them are still doing that business. Some are into importation now. Some are still selling products online. Some are doing services, helping people to run ads. All of them, they are one way or the other in that business till today. Right? So, now, scroll. If you go to this particular page, you will see a lot of testimonies. Now, this is Techpreneur. This is our training that is physical. This is the only training that we have that we do a physical and an online part of it. As I'm talking right now, we are being streamed online. All these other programs, you can scroll down, it is 100% online. We have people from UK attending this program. We have people from US. We have people from Canada attending this program. Now, if you take your time and you just go down, there are people, listen to me, who did not have the opportunity to see me physically. Like this. Who only watched me online. You can see just me in my house, just sitting down talking. And within 6 months, they got a job with a multinational company. Not one. So don't just come here and just, no. Take your time. Just go to Omi Aleyomi. There are 2, but it is the one that does with tech. You can see people from UK there. Just take your time and you see the testimonies there. What was the difference? They did not give room to objections, to doubt. They were not over-reasoning things. Right? They were not over-reasoning things and say, hey, what if? They took the chance and they went ahead. Right? So if they have time, you can look at many of them. M365, cloud, cybersecurity. Now, back to my slide. Back to my slide. Are you me, people? Are you sure you are with me? So, leave this page. You can scroll up. Right? So, in my first year as a pastor, we stopped going to the headquarters to borrow money to pay rent. Why? Because my church members were not doing very well, and we were paying the rent of the church. And today I say it with all sense of humility. That particular branch of the church, till today, is still the only financially independent branch of that church till today. Yeah. The only other branches, headquarters is still always supporting them. That branch is the only one that is financially independent. Now, let's leave all my story because I've told you the past and the present. Now, let's talk about the law of averages, my greatest business secret. The law of averages, my greatest business secret. So, I think right here we should be over 100, right? Joseph, I think we got more. We got like maybe 130 chairs. Okay, so we should be maybe 120 or 130. I think most of the chairs are filled up, right? So, and please, let's try to minimize the up and down. So, people, let me just explain things to you. We got like 130 chairs. Why did we do that? Because I shot for 300 registrations. Right? I got 300 registrations and I shot for 300 registrations. And once I had 309, 310 registrations, I told my people to just make provisions for 110, 130. And I've done this for many years. So when I walk up to you and I say, I've trained 10,000. Don't forget I said online. Our paid program. It is back to this law of averages. That if I want 130 people here, max, I will just ensure that I get 300 registrations. Once I get 300 registrations, I turn off the tap. Are you with me? Are you learning? Are you learning? You see, let me tell you this. And don't take it badly. You see, I had a program. How many of you have attended my program before, a paid program? You have attended my paid program. Which of our programs? Okay, which year was that? Okay, no Allah. How was the program, my sister? Huh? No, if it was not awesome, you know you are a devout Muslim. Or if it was not awesome, tell people. No. Right? So, but that's just by the way. Law of averages. If I needed 110, 130, I know the calculations to do. There are webinars that I do that at times I have almost 1,000 watching. So before the webinar, I will say, this my subscription can only do 500. So let me get a Zoom subscription. There are at times that I increase the subscription. I've done it before. I increase it to like 1,000. Right? So anything you want to sell in this life, services, is not just for e-commerce, goods and services, real estate, information, anything you want to sell. You want to sell a business, you want to sell a company. The only way you will sell it is if you are taking advantage of the law of averages. What is the law of average? The parable of the sower. A farmer went to sow. Some fell by the wayside. Some fell by the thorn. Some fell among the thorns, on the hard rock, on the shallow soil. Then there was one that fell on the good soil and brought forth 30-fold, right? 60-fold and 100-fold. So a fixed percentage always converts. And let me also say this. You don't have a sales problem. You don't have a product problem. You don't have a talent problem. You don't have an economic problem. Do you know what you have? You have a population problem. Enough people don't know that you exist for you to sell anything you want to sell. Are you with me? Now, generally, people, I was telling my church members that it was last week that I knew how bad this government had battered people. Because I saw a lady well-dressed, well-spoken, who wanted to do something serious. She wanted to really do it. That my husband needs to do this thing, But she did not have the money, just a small amount of money. And I said, things have really gotten bad in this country. But do you know that you are not limited to Nigeria? If you master, like Mr. Toby that spoke earlier, he didn't have time because of all the challenges we had. So he sort of put us upstairs. He has done 120 jobs on Upwork since he started. Upwork is a global platform where they get jobs from Australia, United Kingdom, Canada. As a matter of fact, most of their clients are from US, Canada, and UK. So what is going on in Nigeria has no bearing. As a matter, if he's a wicked man, his prayer will be that Naira should just enter 10,000 job. Yes, as in dollars, $1 to 10,000 naira, make everything just blow. But he's not a wicked person. Are you with me? And I'm not a wicked person too. Right? So I'm just trying to tell you that the problem is population. That whatever you are doing, not enough people are seeing you. That is why you think you are. You see, there are people who are selling real estate. Their buyers are in diaspora. And one of the things we teach you in this program is, first of all, how to run ads. Then we now move to level 2. How to now run ads to diaspora. Because the person that does not even run ads cannot be talking of diaspora. Are you with me? So it's a population problem. Because you are being limited by Nigeria. You are being limited by the environment and by the people around you. A fixed percentage always converts. A law is consistent, reliable, and dependable. Let me tell you this. So some of you wonder, say, this man, why is he now doing this kind of thing? I stopped this physical thing 2022. Yeah. Why? Because we went online. And it was easier online. Online, I don't need to rent any hall anywhere. I don't need to be having issues with a projector. They've not brought projector. I don't need to be having issues with this AC now. It's just a decoration, right? It's not working. Are you with me? Don't blame me. I'm a perfectionist, and I expect the same from people, especially people I pay money to. Right? So I will just sit down in my house. Right? And those who know me, since I've been doing webinars and seminars, I have never rescheduled or cancelled one. Because I'm a perfectionist. If I say it will hold by 7, it will hold by 7. We're so sorry. We can't do now till next week. We don't do all that. So I could sit down in my house, and as I'm there, 1,000 people will be watching me. Nigeria, Europe, North America. But here's the thing. I was getting results, but I did not have influence. What do I mean by that? When I looked at the people that I know, Mr. Chooks, many people that I know that I have a personal relationship with today, they were people that I trained physically. Some of them, 75% of my church members came from my physical trainings. Some of the people that are not my church members that we still keep in touch, I want to get something done, I can just pick my phone and call them. They were people from some of them very elderly people in their 50s, late 50s and thereabout, right? So I built a lot of relationships, a lot of connections when I was doing physical. But online, we don't see each other. They come for the training, they get a job, that's it. So I decided to return to this. Because I don't just want to be doing business, I also want to be building connections. Are you with me? This week, I've been to the office once. I was in the office on Tuesday. Last week, I was in the office 2 times. I'm not the one taking them all the classes, but I come to take classes with them. Why? And I know the name of my students currently. There is Orchid Bloom. There is Esther in the class. There is Ikechuku in the class. There is Amara in the class. There is Progress. What are we talking about? That personal. There's Mrs. Joy too. That personal touch. Are you with me? So that is why we are back to this. So a law is consistent, reliable, and dependent. But what do I want to make from here? I stopped physical trainings like this in 2022. Right? Because we went online. When I got back, it had not changed. Are you with me? You understand what I'm saying? I mean, the same thing I did in 2022 to gather people. I just went back to do the same thing, and the result was still the same. No extra. I didn't say, things have changed though. It was just like that because it is a law. So you can use a law you need a law to scale your business. So let's go on. Should I continue? Are you sure? Now let's talk about multiple streams. So many of you remember that I said I left my job. So what gave me that confidence to leave my job? I will tell you. And this part of what we talk about mentorship. So before I left my job, I had a logistics business that was helping to deliver products all over Lagos and all over Nigeria. I had a training business. I was already training people then. I was doing e-commerce. I was selling 300 products every month delivery. Some of the products were 70,000, some were 80, some were 30, all different kind. Listen, I don't say this to brag. I'd been selling blenders long before blender now became a thing. Selling a lot of blenders back then. Blenders, leather bars, cleaning equipment, air fryer, many things. Then, at the same time, I was selling information products. I had written a lot of books on how to study abroad, travel abroad, and I was also selling those books online. I was doing those 4 things actively. Are you with me? Actively. Now, on my list, I had 3 other things that I had learned, but I had not started doing. Are you with me? Now, number 5, I was also doing some services then when there were big organizations then that wanted to run ads. We were doing that by the side. It wasn't a major thing. If the money was right, we would do it. So I had those 5 things. So I told myself, and there were 3 other things that were on my plate that I had not yet started doing, but to make money, but I knew them. So I reasoned to myself that I can never fail because I had multiple streams. Are you with me? I can never fail because I have multiple streams. If I don't sell physical products online, I will do this. Now, let me tell you the greatest shock. So I left my job January. I dropped my resignation letter January 2020. And my last working date was February 2020. And by March, I started work at the office. As a matter of fact, we moved into our office middle of March. And we spent a lot of money then setting up the office, furniture, putting many things in place. Several millions of naira. And I had several millions of naira worth of goods that were outside, that we had sent out for that week. Logistic business, everything was there. Then April, the last day of March, because I remember it was a Sunday, President Buhari came and announced, my fellow Nigerians, we are locking down the country. And the country was on lockdown from April 1. How many of you remember? April 1, 2020, the country was on shutdown. I just left my job. I just invested into our office. I had sent a lot of goods out. And Buhari shut down the country. I had almost 3 million worth of goods outside that are dispatched. Logistics couldn't work. Our goods could not be sold. We couldn't do any training because the country was on shutdown. And I was in my house. But here's where the power of multiple streams comes in. I had books that I had written before the lockdown. So when people were locked down in their house, I was selling books. I sold 3 million naira worth of books online in the month of April 2020. I was selling 100,000 naira worth of books every day. And I sold those books from April till September. My fiancée joined me. She sold and sold and sold and sold because people were locked down. They just wanted to watch a course. They wanted to read a book. And many of my students were selling. There was one of my students that came for one program that I did recently. She's a chef. She sells books on how to cook books. She told me that she has been selling those cookbooks since 2021 till date. I don't even sell books anymore. So what am I trying to say is that you need multiple streams to succeed in Nigeria. And that is where the power of digital marketing comes in. That is where we do a 4-in-1 course. It is not because we are jobless people. It is because by the time you come for a program like this, you learn digital marketing, which is module 1. Now that digital marketing, with it, you can do e-commerce. You can bring in products from China, or you can sell products that are in Lagos. Now, there are 2 forms of e-commerce. There is the mini importation model, and there is the local arbitrage model. In the mean importation model, there are two sub-models. We will go deeper in the class, if you are lucky to get into the class. But there's model 1. I call this the fast model. Fast, moderate profit. Fast, moderate profit. So what does it mean? You ship in within 2 to 3 weeks. Electronics, bags, household equipment, 2 to 3 weeks you ship it in. Now because you are doing air shipping, the cost is not very high. It's not as high as the ones you do, because I know many of these logistics companies that many of you use, right? But I'm not going to mention their names so that lawsuits, because they've not offended me. Are you with me? So I cannot demarket them until the day they offend me. Are you with me? So now, if you do that, you will make moderate profit, because air shipping is higher than sea shipping, right? So you do a moderate profit. Like your profit will be good. When I mean moderate, you can sell at times 3 times 4. That was our model. When we brought in a product for 12,000, we sell at 40,000. We sell at 42,000 because we put money for ads, money for delivery. That is the model. And within 2 to 3 weeks, the products will arrive. Before you finish selling this one, you bring in another set of products. Right? Now, fast, moderate profit. Fast, moderate profit. When people are looking at me like, Google or use your ChatGPT. The iPhone that you are buying, Apple is selling it at times 4, times 5, or times 6 to their distributor. I'm not talking about to you. At the time, once it leaves their warehouse, it's already at times 3, times 4. So that's the model of e-commerce. Now, there's the second one, the sea shipping. Now, the sea shipping might take in like 2.5 months, but here's the thing. It is almost impossible for you to run at a loss when you are doing sea shipping. Almost impossible. Why? Because the price that you will buy those things when you are doing sea shipping, by the time you get your product and you look at the prices around, it's just funny. Are you with me? It's just funny. Let me tell you this. We have a phone brand, right, that we sell to our students currently. Now that phone is the same thing as, like some of these Korean phones or some of these Chinese phones. You know, when I say some of these Korean phones that start with S and some of the Chinese phones that start with T and I. Are you with me? So go and sort the rest out. Right? It's the same quality. It's the same thing. Because I've handled the phone myself. It's exactly the same thing. But ours is way cheaper. Why? Because by the time they bring in the phone to Nigeria and they put T on it and they put I on it, what you are paying for is the T and the I. Are you with me? That's what you are paying for. So what we do is that we sell it to our students. And you know the funniest thing? The manufacturer, when you are operating the phone, it is T that you still see there. It is I that you still see there. The only thing is just that on the pack, you don't see S, the Korean S, or you don't see the Chinese T or the Chinese I. Are you with me? So these are the things with importation model. I mean, ours is way cheaper. The ones most of you buy in the market are even the fairly used. Ours is the original from the manufacturer's line, like this. But we only sell it within our students. We don't just, I can't bring it out here. Right? So back to what I'm saying. So that is sea shipping, way cheaper. Right? Now there's local arbitrage. What is local arbitrage? In local arbitrage, this is the fastest, small profit, but the fastest. How many of you are interested in this thing I'm saying? Am I talking to the right people? Or my own is too much. Let me be going to my house. This man said his own is too much. I want to sleep. So local arbitrage is very simple. Now, there are markets in Lagos. Please tell me the name of markets in Lagos. Apart from Alaba, all those markets it has kept my mind. Idumota. Oh yeah, give me another one. Balogun. That one. Trade fair. Trade fair is the pata of them all. Ebutero. Very good. So let's stop there. I know we used to buy a lot from Balogun Trade Fair and that Ebutero very well because they have a lot of electronics in that market. So here's what we do. You see all those people in that market, there are people that you will see at the entrance of the market, right? But the wholesaler is inside the market. Are you with me? He's behind. You people should know these things now, because the wholesaler is the one pumping them. So he has to be at the back. So when you enter the market, you will move around, you will never see the wholesaler. Now, so we buy from the wholesalers. But you see that wholesaler and the retailer, I can tell you that almost 99% of them don't know anything about digital marketing. They don't know anything. They don't know. They don't want to know. Right? Because they have been doing it this way all these years. So they are fine. So what do people like us and our students do? So we go to those markets. I call it one the fastest approach. It's not moderate profit, it's low profit, but it's very fast. We run ads, we get orders, we go to the market, we buy, and we sell at times 3. Are you with me? What is the difference? Digital marketing. Because that man that has a big shop at a Butero, right? The guy in Kano, the guy in Aso Rock, the guy in Kaduna, they will never meet in this life. Are you with me? When we do e-commerce, we dispatch items all over Nigeria using logistics company. GIG is doing a good job, right? So, but how does someone in Kaduna, someone in Kano, someone in Akwa Ibom, Uyo, in Port Harcourt, in Abuja, how did the person get an item that I bought at a Butero? Digital marketing. Now, before I leave e-commerce, okay, I've left e-commerce, information marketing. Information marketing. You see, some of you here have knowledge within you. Are you me? I have students in the current class that they teach students in the UK, in Canada, year 3 to year 12 to year 13. I also do the same. I have an arm of our business. I'm right here in Nigeria, and I have hundreds of students in the UK who are from year 3 to year 12 to year 13. And we are teaching them how to pass their equivalent of common entrance, their equivalent of WAEC, their equivalent of JAM. We run an online school. And we have hundreds of students for kids in the UK. From year 1, year 4, year 5, year 6, year 7, year 8. So they just move to the next year, to the next year, to the next year. Why? I'm in Nigeria. I'm not in the UK. Why? Digital marketing. Digital marketing. I'm able to project myself from Nigeria here to people outside of Nigeria. Digital marketing and the law of averages. Listen, so the question will be like, why should they trust you? Back to the law of averages. For every 900 people that don't trust me, there's 100 that trust me. You understand what I'm saying? Listen to me. Nigerians, we have problem. I have seen people that will tell me, how can you say you want to charge me in pounds? Are you not in Nigeria? Are you with me? Are you not in Nigeria? So when we started, you see people that say, you know, who are you? Are you not in Nigeria? Where are you based? It's back to the law of averages. For many that reject you, because you have a wide population, are you with me? There will be a lot that will still accept you. And that's what you need. That's what you need. Like I told you, 300 people register for this program. We are like maybe 130 here. What happened to the other 290? An emergency came up. They fell sick this morning. Their car had a flat tire. They are no longer interested in coming. But I don't need all the 300. By the law of averages, 100, 130 is enough. Are you with me? My ads showed to millions in the UK. But how can I even train 1 million children? I don't need 1 million. I just need hundreds. Like up to 1,000 is enough. And I could keep scaling it. So you can sell your knowledge. It might be music. It might be swimming. It might be solar inverter. Like my brother here said, Let's go straight forward. Now we have entered straight forward now. We are inside straight forward. Are you getting me? Solar training, technical training, food processing training, any knowledge that you have, you can sell it. But many people are unable to do this because they lack population. They lack population. We have a dear brother, like he's not here today. You must have seen his face on the flyer, Smart Chukudi. This brother attended our digital marketing program. He came from Onisha. When he was in Onisha, he was an oil and gas professional at an oil and gas filling station. And they were paying him, I think as at that time, 30,000 naira. He left Onisha, came to Lagos, broke his relationship, said, I've listened to this man. I'm going to, he just saw me online, and said, I'm going to learn. Today, he's doing very well for himself. But do you know that one of his breakthrough was teaching people how to rear snails? Snail. Why? Population. He has done multiple 7 figures just on snail. He has moved into other things. Snail. He has moved into physical training now. So many of you have knowledge. What you lack is a population. How many of you know that some of these people that you call celebrity, digital marketing will make you a knowledge brity? How many of you know many of these your celebrities are actually a bunch of useless people? How many of you know that the only thing they have is fame, but you know they are useless? You know. No, but the reason why is the fact that you are useful. Many people don't know you. Are you me? But they have population. Let me tell you, there are some comedians that when I'm scrolling and I see their comedy, I scroll very fast because they are not funny. But they have population. Because by the time you are cracking a comedy and you are laughing, I know there's a problem. I should be the one laughing, sir. Why are you laughing? But what do they have? Population. So you have many things in you. And let me explain this to you. Your experience is sellable. Let me tell you the story of one of my students. Many of you might know about, I won't mention her name. She was into palm oil. And when she came for my training, then she had done palm oil business for 17 years. She had built a depot with the palm oil business. Then along the line, she had challenges in her business. Some mismanagement, she wasn't around, they mismanaged the business, and the business went through a shock, and the business came crashing down. A business she had done for 17 years. Palm oil business. And she came to meet me telling me, oh, this is what happened, this is, and I listened to her story. And I said, ma, you don't have a problem at all. I said, you don't. And she was looking at me that, what am I? I said, you don't have you are fine. He said, how? I said, listen, you have done this business for 17 years. You have grown this business to a point that you had a depot where you stored palm oil, where people, then you left the business for a while because you were chasing quick money. That's the true story, but you don't know her, and you might know her. Right? But I won't mention her name. She was chasing this big money, all these, you see all of you are chasing all this quick money. If you don't leave that mindset, you might make that quick money, but that mindset will also make you to lose that money. So if you are gambling and you make money, you are still a loser. Because that mindset that you made money is what will now make you to lose that money in a bigger way. Hope you know that. So she abandoned her business, and by the time she came back, so I said, there are people who have money, but they don't have your 17 years of experience. I said, your business did not crash because you did not know what you were doing. Your business crashed because you abandoned your business to people to be managing while you were busy chasing the big money. I will rise to Kinikon. You know those network marketing? So level 5, then I went at level 7 until the thing just crumbled. So I said, you don't have a business problem. You don't have an experience problem. You don't have a knowledge. What you had was a management problem. the people you want to teach, you can teach them what you did to grow your business to this level, and also your mistakes. I said there are people who want to invest into a viable business, but they don't have people to teach them. So we taught her digital marketing. What did she do? She started doing information marketing. She will train them on the palm oil business. They will learn about the business, learn the ropes of the business. Then she was helping them to also bring the palm oil in from outside of Nigeria. Within a year, she was already doing 40 million, 39 million, 45 million. Bringing palm oil. But all those people that she was training, where did she find them? Online. So I cannot tell you things to do. Some of you already have it in you. That you experience. There is someone in my office that I spoke with on Tuesday, Mrs. Joy. She has done customer service training in the bank for over 15 years. And when we were taking the class on information marketing, I said, Mrs. Joy, come closer. I said, there are people who want to get customer service jobs. You have trained people in a bank. She was a trainer in a bank for 15 years on customer service. Just do a program for these people. How to learn customer service, how to get a job. I said, you know the entire process of recruitment. In banks, telecom, you know everything. I said, just train them and run them through. I said, they will rush like wildfire. So, every one of us, your experience is sellable. Your knowledge is sellable. Your skill is sellable. Some of you here say, oh, sir, I've been hearing about e-commerce. I have a service. You see, there is something called EduSell. And let me tell you about my lawyer as I'm entering service. So my lawyer is my student. Are you with me? Yeah, my current lawyer, not even my current, he has been the only lawyer I started seeing the need to have a lawyer 2020, I think 2022, 2021. Why? Because, permit me to say this, that in life, when you say, oh, we have trained 10,000, I have done this, I have done that, you realize that among every 12, there will always a Judas. There will always be that one person that will come for your life. Are you with me? So, and in certain business dealings, I needed to have a lawyer. At times you do some things. So now, my lawyer started as my student, and he became a friend, and he became my lawyer. Now, when he was my student, he had been working in a law firm, a top law firm in Lagos for up to 20 years. So that man is knowledgeable. Are you with me? There was a time, there was a staff of an insurance company that he did one dubious stuff with me, and I told my lawyer about it. And by the time he brought the letter, even me, I was afraid. You know why? Let me allow you to take a digression. So, let's say this my brother is a staff of my company. Now, my company has a regulator. You know, insurance companies have regulator. So, my issue is with this staff, that this staff did not do the right thing when he was doing all this stuff. So, I said, okay, let's write to the company, reporting what the staff did, right? And so that the company can look into it and take charge of that situation, right? Very simple matter. By the time my lawyer brought the letter, he was telling the company that he's taking the matter to the regulator. Are you with me? He's taking that matter to the regulator, and that this matter is going to get... The CFO of the company was calling my number. I'm telling you, like, I was just like, this man has experience. Like, this man, like, he knows what to do. The CFO, the matter had now left the staff. The CFO of a top insurance was now calling my number, calling my lawyer's number. I've called me that this matter is not that hard. We can sort this matter. We can. I said, Mr. Femi, he's not reached that level now. He said, Mr. Femi, so that they will act fast. He said, I know these people. They might be wasting time. Let's fire it like that. I said, no problem. He said, Why will I want to carry them on top weight? But jokes apart, this man has knowledge. But his knowledge was buried in a company for 20 years. Now, how did he change? He learned digital marketing. So he will run ads to diaspora. And he will show many Nigerians in diaspora want to do things in Nigeria. They have many things they want to do. So when he runs the ads for a service, they will get to his WhatsApp. He will tell them about what he has to follow. Not all of them will procure that service that week, but they're on his WhatsApp. So 3 times a week, he will send a message. The first message in the week, educating them about something. It might be about business registration. It might be about getting one permit in Nigeria, about getting one license in Nigeria. The second message in the week might be telling them things that are happening in Nigeria. Somebody didn't have this thing. Look at what he got himself into. Somebody failed this law. He got himself something, case study. The third one, he markets his services. That is how Mr. Femi got a lot of diaspora clients. And at a point, he left the company. Sorry. Today, he is doing very well. Sorry, sir. For himself. Very well. So, you might have knowledge, but what you lack is projection. Projection. Now, listen. As lawyers are not allowed to sell services directly, but you can project your knowledge. Because when they are now in your WhatsApp, the eyes of the public cannot see you. Are you with me? So transactions can go on. But publicly, he projects himself as a knowledge expert. Or he sells non-legal services like business registration, which is a way of bringing them close. Then when he brings them close, and they're ready in his WhatsApp, in his DM, they begin to hear other services. It was streamed that I heard that one of the hottest cases for lawyers is divorce cases. There's a lot of money in divorce, so don't divorce your wife. Oh. I don't divorce. Oh. Divorce takes time. It takes money. I'd advise him against him many times that, Mr. Femi, God said what God has joined together, let no lawyer put asunder. Is that not what the Bible said? Is man not a lawyer? A lawyer is also a man. But back to it. So now, digital marketing as a service. Are you with me? Are you with me? Yes. Digital marketing as a service. Now, here's this funny thing here. Do you know that you don't need to even have something? You can help people who have things, but they don't know how to sell it. You can help them to sell. I got a message from one of our current students today that as she finished her training, she started helping businesses to set up their Instagram, their Google My Business, their SEO, and she said, I got my first payment. So that one is not even trying to sell anything. How many of you are aware that, Google it. You can Google it. How many SMEs are in Nigeria? The last time I checked was over 30 million small and medium scale businesses. Micro, small and medium scale businesses. And the number one problem of any SME is sales. And you are not limited to one client. You can have many clients. So a student that her training is not even done has gotten her first client with what she just learnt just 2 weeks ago. Because the market is there. And you know why the market is there? Because quacks are many. Let me tell you one thing we do in Digital. We don't employ people that we did not train in this area of our training. All our tutors for this training, they were trained in Digital. They were trained by me. They were trained by my team. Because there are a lot of digital marketers that cannot market anything. Right? So, you can use it to sell real estate and the rest of it. Next slide. Next slide. A lot of digital marketers that cannot market anything. Now, organic marketing versus paid marketing. WhatsApp status and chats. Facebook page. Accounts. Groups. You see, this is what many people do. And I call this the all struggling squad. Right? This is where people struggle. These are the all struggling squad. If you are here today and your whole idea of digital marketing is WhatsApp status, chats, I post on my WhatsApp status, you are not ready to scale. You are not ready to grow. They hardly buy. They hardly do what? They hardly buy. People who buy don't have time to be posting every 5 minutes, every 10 minutes. To be commenting, to be sharing every 5 minutes or every 10 minutes. They don't have that time. So those who buy, they don't do all that. So if you are running an engagement and say, but it's easy, you just put some money there. So these are the things people think that, but what's this man saying now? We too, we run these things now, but what? Yeah, it's because you might be doing something, but you might be doing it the wrong way. Right? You might be doing something, but you might be, please, ma, you can just go. You might be doing something, but you might be doing it the wrong way. Right? The wrong way. So it is not enough to know a thing. You must know a thing very well. Then we have traffic. Traffic just brings people from anywhere, just parks people. Some of you run messages ads. That is the most problematic ad in that Facebook library. It's better that you just take your money and you dash it to Bet Ninja or NairaBet than for you to run Facebook messages ad. Because that ad is malams. All these bandits. They are the ones that are there. And let me tell you why. You see, do you know that you can browse Facebook without data? Do you know that? But the only thing that you not see picture, you not see video. So people that, when you are running Facebook messages ads, the people that will see your ads are people always using Facebook Messenger to chat. How many of you know that you can't use WhatsApp without data? Hope you know that. There's no free WhatsApp data plan. But with the free Facebook Messenger plan, you can use Facebook Messenger without data. Then I want to ask you a question. How many of you today, you have used WhatsApp to chat people today? Raise up your hand now. All of you have used WhatsApp. You have sent WhatsApp message to somebody. But how many of you today that you have used Facebook Messenger to say, my friend, okay, I'll be coming to your house. You went on Facebook Messenger. How many of you? That's it. So when you are running Facebook messages, it is malams. Aboki, nothing wrong with malams and aboki. I even heard that the word aboki means my friend. Amen. But we have turned it to aboki, like it's a good word. Those are the kind of people. And when you see the place some of these people live, you will know that you are in trouble. Because when I started, I said I was going to run Facebook Messenger because it was easy. And the person that wants to buy, as at then, 2019, wants to buy a bag of 50-something thousand. When I saw he was living, he posed beside a mud house. He posed like this, mud house. How many people know that we always ensure that our profile picture is the best, yes or no? But this one's profile picture, this was his best. And the guy was even opening wide teeth like this. I said, is this one that wants to buy this thing? So these are the challenges, right? Because of my time, I can't talk so much about influencer marketing. You see, I hope we don't have people in 2026 that are still trying to do follow me, I follow you. You are wasting your time, oh. Gigi, let me not talk about that. Just scroll up. So I've explained to you how the Facebook algorithm works. Conversion and lead ads. So scroll up. Let me just explain to you one thing about the conversion ads. So here's the thing. I'm just checking my time. Conversion ads works. So you've all come here right now. Facebook is aware that you converted for this event. Facebook is aware. Facebook might not know whether you got here, but they are aware that you converted. Why? Because you got to the landing page, you clicked on the landing page. When you clicked on the landing page, you clicked on the WhatsApp button. Facebook has that information. So tomorrow, when somebody is running this kind of ads, and it's a conversion ad, Facebook will show your data to that person. Because you are the highest level of conversion. And the same way, when I'm also running ad, Facebook will give me somebody else's data. Because conversion ads works for people who are ready to convert, who are ready to buy. In conversion ads, you get the highest quality of people possible. So e-commerce, sir, what are you doing here, sir? Okay. E-commerce, buy low, I've explained that already. Next slide. Next slide. Information marketing, WhatsApp trainings. My sister here will still talk more about that. WhatsApp trainings, ebooks, online courses, webinars, physical trainings. Next slide. Digital marketing as a service. I've spoken about it. You can learn this skill and offer it as a service. Right? My wife's mom is based in the US, and she was one that helped her to set up Google My Business, and she makes sales every day. I had another friend of mine she's into mental health clinic in the US, and she was starting out. She also helped her to set up that, and she's making a lot of sales from that Google My Business in the US, right? So you can be in Nigeria and offer this service to people outside of Nigeria. When Mr. Toby was talking, many of the services he offers as a VA on Upwork is all these digital skills. Listen and listen well. You see, globally, people want to make sales, but they don't have the technical skills. So if you get the technical skills, you can never run out of business. As a virtual assistant, as a digital marketer, you can never run out. Scroll. Also for exportation, real estate, you can use it to sell lands. Lands and exportation especially. Currently in Nigeria, most of the people buying lands are people from diaspora. Most of the people buying lands, buying houses are people from diaspora. Right? So, you want to sell land, master Facebook ads, especially targeting diaspora. You want to do exportation. Exportation, my wife will talk briefly about it today. Exportation has a few legs. First, there is a product. It's not just about food, though. There are many products that you can export. Processed products. Right? There's the product, there's the logistics, there's the market. Digital marketing will help you with the market. Getting the buyers. Scroll. Okay, don't bother about this. It's almost the same thing as, okay, so just leave it there. So, this is our office address. This is not our office. We have a proper office. This is just a hall. So, we have a proper office for training people at Akinwale Street. How many of us know Akinwale Street is at Ogba? It's a very popular place nationwide. So, we have training rooms there for proper training. Now, I'll just share a few things about the brochure. Open the brochure. Then I'll come back for question and answer. Right? Because you cannot learn exportation, digital marketing, information marketing, and virtual assistant. You can't learn it in one day. What today does for you is to correct some of your misconceptions. Now, let's scroll. Hold it there. So there are 4 modules. Now let me say this about our training methodology. Right? Number 1 about our training methodology is that we don't stop at training. Our training is 10 to 12 days. It is online or physical. If you are doing the online, it holds in the evenings. 16 days, 16 classes, 2.5 hours per day. Classes starts next week, Thursday. What do you need? Basic computer literacy. A laptop or a desktop computer. That's all. Sir, can I do it with my phone? You need a laptop. We don't lie here. But you don't need a sophisticated laptop. A small laptop will do. But you just let it just be a laptop. Right? For the physical classes, it's 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. 4 days a week, Mondays to Thursdays. I can't be 4 a.m. now. 4 a.m. I'm still on my bed now. It's only the weekend I don't sleep. Oh. Me, I'm not wicked, I sleep. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. And you cover these modules: digital marketing, virtual assistant, exportation, monetize your knowledge. Right? Now, let's scroll. Both classes are starting next week, Thursday. Both the online and the physical. Now, aside that, there is a 6-month support after your training. When I mean support and mentorship, it means that when your training ends, we don't just throw you out. So like I said earlier, here am I. Here are some of our coaches and some others who are not here. You have learned the skill, but there is something called the experience. You have learned the skill, but when you start doing it, you face some challenges. So let me read this. One of my students sent me this morning. He sent me this morning. I hope I can find it here. And if not, right? Now, that is for 6 months. So if you have any challenges, if you have any issues, or not just challenges, or you need more knowledge, that 6 months caters for it. Right? It caters for it. So let's go on. So what are you learning? Now, this brochure will be shared with everyone. Just ensure that before you leave this place, we have your data there. So this training is for everybody here. You want transformation in your finances. It's for you. Let's go on. Let's go. The training structure, the brochure will be shared 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Mondays to Thursdays. But don't forget, it's starting next week, Thursday. Online next week, Thursday. Duration, 16 days online. Right? 7 to 9 p.m. Let's go. All classes are recorded. Now, if you are doing the physical class, you will also have access to the replay of the online classes. If you are doing the physical class. Right? So you have that one there. So this module 1, Google My Business, Facebook and Instagram ads, LinkedIn domination, SEO. Go on. Let's just do this fast. Google ads, YouTube. Module 2, VA. He was talking a lot about virtual assistant. So that is in module 2. What VAs do. Our tools used by VAs. Just scroll. That's module 2. Module 3, how to monetize your knowledge. It's an entire module on it. Everything you need to know. You have a knowledge and you want to monetize it. That's module 2. Module 4, large and small scale exportation. Everything inside exportation is in module 4. Right? And the number that registered you for the program is the same number you should chat up if you're interested. Now, we'll take a few questions before the 4th speaker comes here. Right? But questions as regards how much. When I come back, when she's done, I will answer that question because I want you to wait till the end. But don't worry, it's very affordable. It's very affordable. It's small money. Most of our trainings are around 350 pounds, 350,000 naira. But don't worry, for you, we are not doing that. I get me. We are giving you a very, very subsidized training, at least for now. Are you with me? Because for this physical training, it's not the most profitable for us. But we are doing it because we want to build influence. Right? Because online is easier for us. Right? But what we are putting into your physical training and your online training is a lot. But we are just doing it to build influence. So it's going to be very cheap. But I'm just trying to let you know that you can go online. You'll see how much we charge for our training. If you are in the UK and you want to enroll your child for our program, it's £650 per annum, per child. right? You want to do some of our programs, it's 450 pounds, right? But don't worry. Now we there here. Are you with me? So, but I just want you to wait, right? I want you to wait till the end, right? So, questions, let them have the mic. So, you can ask me any other question for like maybe 5-10 minutes. You can ask me any other question, right? Then, question. Does anybody have any question? Mike, yeah.
Thank you very much for the time you have given us. So I have about 3 questions. The first one is, when I talk about the information marketing and the digital marketing, I want to know the difference or differences between the two. That's number 1. And then number 2, we didn't talk about affiliate marketing. So I don't know why. And then the third one, about that, how to go about your business with Google My Business. I actually did one, and they be telling me, oh, you have 100 views, you have 50 views, you have this. But I have not really monetized it. So just want to know if you can explain it before we get to the class proper. Thank you.
Okay, so digital marketing is what I've been talking about since we started. Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google My Business. Information marketing is selling information with digital marketing. E-commerce is selling goods and services with digital marketing. Real estate marketing is selling real estate with digital marketing. Digital marketing as a service is offering the digital marketing to people who need it to sell their products, right? Now, why did I talk about affiliate marketing? It's because affiliate marketing has been bastardized, right? It used to be part of our curriculum, but not anymore, right? So, like I said, I'm here to teach people that are things that are transformational, right? Like people are in class, they're already getting jobs, they're already getting results. It is good for me, it is good for them, right? If I pack things that when people just learn and it gets them into trouble, it's not good for me, it's not good for them. So we scrapped affiliate marketing from our program, right? So that's why I didn't even go into that, right? Then your Google My Business stuff. The truth of the matter is that Google My Business has a lot of things involved, right? So when you say, oh, you are getting 100 views, it's not something I can just tell you and say, oh, this is what is happening. I need to sit down, look at the matrix, look at the parameter, look at what you are doing, right? If I just tell you this is what is happening, then that is a quack. Because you need to diagnose the problem, right? It might be that some things were not set up well. It might be the content that you are posting there. It might be what you are trying to sell, right? It might be how you set it up, right? So it's not something somebody can just come and just answer. You have not even looked at it. You're already talking, right? So it's something that one has to look at before one can talk. So next question.
Good afternoon. Thank you so much for this great opportunity. So my question is this. When you were discussing, you talk about importation. Yes. But in the module you read out, there was no importation in it. So I'm interested in that.
Don't worry, ma. You will learn importation. I know it's not there. And you know why it's not there? Because I am importation. Importation is me. Right? So I didn't really see a need. Like when we were drafting this module, I just naturally assumed that in 2026, are there people still struggling with importation? It was when we started this training again that we realized that many people still are either importing the wrong way or they don't even know how to do it, right? So don't worry about importation. We are going to teach you that one. I mean, you want to bring in keke, you want to, it's not just you want to bring in car, you want to bring in machines. Don't let all these VDM and B-Lord be importation. I opened office in China. You don't need to open any office in China to import good product and quality products. All the things in my house is China. Everything I use. So all these don't open office in China is just It's gimmicks. Then some people will also go to China and say, oh, look at me here. Let me tell you this. Let me give you one information. Do you know that you can go to China for a conference in China and you will still import an expensive thing from China? I will tell you why. You see this Canton Fair that they do in China? The people that come to advertise at that Canton Fair, they paid money to be there. Let me give you shock number 2. Those people are not even the manufacturers. They are people like you who know the manufacturer in Ebutero. The manufacturers, that is why on the platforms, we talk to them in Chinese. We don't, because they don't understand English. That is the one we do. We chat with them in Chinese because they don't know how to speak English. Don't worry about that. When we get to that area, don't worry. Sir, are you doing chon chon ching? I don't know anything. I don't know more than English. Right? So it is that person that knows English that will come and meet you at Canton Fair and say, oh yeah, you're welcome to China. Okay, yeah, this product. After that, you go to that same person. That me, I did Nigeria, they talk to, but because we're in Canton Fair, they don't show you slide, they don't give you air condition place, you don't forget yourself. So you can still go to China and still lose out on top of your flight ticket. Because it is paparazzi that is your problem, not the real thing. So people can get to China and still be lost inside China. So, next question.
Thank you, sir. Okay, you mentioned that the physical classes we hold every Monday and Monday through Thursday.
Yes,
I just want to ask if you have any weekend classes, physical one.
Currently, we don't have weekend classes, right? But for people who are working class, because I think that is why the question came about, you can do the online class, right? And it is the same quality for the online class. It's the same quality. So don't worry about it, right? Yeah. So any other question?
Good afternoon, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you for the privilege. I want to ask a question. You talk about multiple stream. And I think for e-commerce, logistics work with e-commerce. You can, merge the two together as a business person. But inside the training, there was no training on any logistics there.
We don't train you. Okay, continue.
Secondly, I met someone who told me that Facebook ads is even better than running Google ads in terms of the billing and payments. That, okay, Google ads is expensive than Facebook ads. And Facebook ads convert more than Google ads. I don't know how true is that. Can you shed more light on that?
Okay, so it is not a blanket answer, right? For some things, Google ads is not that bad. But for most things that you are selling, Facebook ads wins across board. I get me? But there are some other things like you are selling services, right? Because Google ads is search advertising. So people are looking for it, right? Many of you that came for this program, it wasn't that you were searching Techpreneur class. I want to do this. You were interrupted. So Facebook ad is interruption advertising. You were scrolling and the thing came and said, hey, stop there, oh, yeah, come here, right? But search is that people are actually searching for it. So when it comes to services, Google ads do well, right? For things that people are actually looking for, right? But across board, Facebook ads beats Google ads on every scale, right? Then number 2, you said logistics. So we don't teach you how to set up logistic business. But if you have a logistic business, the training will help you to sell a lot. Like, if that is the business you have and you want to have clients, it will, because logistics is a big problem anytime, any day. Those are some businesses that they can never end. They can just never stop, right? Because people always want to send something here and there, right? And in case you need people to help you dispatch, we have many people. We have many logistics businesses that we work with. Any other question? Okay.
Yeah, I just want to say I'm interested in everything, but the only issue right now is
Sir?
the timing of the
Yeah.
physical class.
Okay.
You know, and the amount. I don't know how much it will be. If it's something we can meet up before the physical class as well.
Okay, so when you say timing, we've given you the timing already. Yeah. So here's the thing, my brother, and the people listening here, right? You see, people that want to do something, they don't look for excuses. Are you with me? They look for a way. Are you with me? Now, I want to tell you people this. We are offering classes for 10 days to 12 days physical. Do you know that for us as a business, it is not cost effective? Have you thought about it? I see many people doing digital marketing training for 5 days now. I can also do the same. If I tell you, oh, in 5 days you learn everything, will you say no? If I came here and I don't show you everything that is in that brochure, how will you know that those things should be there? But the reason why I know that if they might say 5 days, they are not giving quality. I've been a trainer since 2019, right? So, and it's understandable that physical might not work for some of you. That is why we also put online, and we made it 16 classes. And we have been doing online since 2022 till date. We went fully online. So, and many of our students, if you check my YouTube page, they never attended a physical class. They have jobs now. They are working for multinationals. Right? So, physical is even a bonus. With online, you're already fine. Allowing you to do a physical class is just helping further. Right? So, people want to do something, they will find a way. Not excuses. So, when I just say, oh, the schedule, just say, okay. Oh, Allah. Because the online option is there. So, you can take that option. Are you with me? So, that is how it works. But what an intentional person would be like, I'm just going to get in. That whatever these people are talking about, I'm just going to get in. If you are looking for excuses, it's plenty. So, I'll tell you the price later when I come. Next question. Okay, it's with the mic. Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good to see you, Mr. Omiyale.
Yes, sir.
I was intentional coming here.
Wow.
And very, very intentional. This is not going to be a question. It's going to be my observation.
Okay.
And my advice to your organization.
Okay.
What I observe is this.
Yeah.
I'm going to be attending your classes.
Okay.
Because I love to seek knowledge.
Okay.
But like I said, the advice I have for your organization is this. In between, because I know given the chance, as a pastor and a trainer, you can go 5 hours, 6 hours.
Okay.
Given the chance, what I want to say is that can you, for future, give 10 minutes break in between, maybe 1 hour after. Because we are all different. You want to just go and stretch, drink water, come back. So just sitting. That's my observation, please. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for that, right? So 1 hour. So first of all, in the training, there's an hour break, right? 10 to 4 p.m. So there's a 1 hour break during the course of the training. But aside that, like I said earlier, this particular, today we started late, right? I had to put some things together. So we are just trying to rush to ensure that we finish on time. Are you with me? Because we want to be done by 2 o'clock. Right? So that is why we just didn't try to make provision for break. Because we were to start by 10. Are you with me? We started by 10:30. Right? But during the class, there's an hour break that people can go to rest. So thanks for that. Any other question?
Yes, sir. Thank you so much, sir. Okay, so the question is, for the class, I don't know. It's not everybody that grabs at the same time, right? And so I'm thinking, I'm asking, would it be this one-on-one, or it's just going to be like a general class like we're having like this?
So, my question is this. When you are in a physical class, are you with me? They look at what you are doing. Right? It's a group class. It's not it's not like we'll put you in one room, just with one tutor. We are not going to do that. And you are a lady, we can't even try that.
Can't put you in one room with one tutor and lock the door. Not on my watch. Are you with me? Just joking. Right. Now, so it's a group class. But one thing I want you to know is that we have been doing this thing for many years. Right? So you don't have anything to fear for the physical class. For the online class, it's even way easier. Because aside your group class, when you have challenges where you are learning, the tutor can also help you out. Are you with me? So, Ma, you know what I will tell you to do? I want everybody to go on Google right now and search Agita Consulting Reviews on Google. Joseph, share Agita Consulting Reviews on Google. Do you know that somebody like me can do a program like this? Because we deliver quality. Agita Consulting Reviews. Some of our students, they go there to drop reviews by themselves. Right? So let's see some of their reviews. And this, so whether you are doing online or you are doing physical, it's a group class, but you have support. You have nothing to fear. So click on Google now, go up. No, that's one. Right? Joseph, click the Google reviews, brother. Just okay. The reviews itself. So it will, no, bro, come now. It's still loading the reviews. Okay, so, So you can look at the reviews. Are you with me? So just be reading them. You can't buy those kind of reviews. Right? It's because of the intentionality and the impact we have made. And these are real people. Right? So, my sister, if you are afraid that, don't worry about that. If we have been running since 2019, we have mastered training. Last question so that my sister can still talk. Okay.
Good afternoon.
Don't worry, everybody will talk. Yeah.
Okay. Please, I'm saying this on a personal level. For example, now, if I subscribe for the training,
yes,
can I maybe come for the physical, for example, Wednesdays and Thursdays, then attend the online, break it, depending on my schedule? Because there are times I like it physical, seeing someone, to put me through when I'm in a class.
Yeah. You can do that. That's not a problem.
Okay.
You can do that. You can come during the week, attend some, then you can do the rest online too. All the videos are there. So in case maybe you have challenges, you can use those 2 days to do it. Because this thing is not really hard if somebody puts you through. Next question.
So thank you very much for the exciting lecture.
Yes, sir.
My question is, how many times do you hold this lecture in a year? Is it only once?
Okay, so as regards your question, right, we hold this kind of program when we feel like. Are you with me? Because it's just, we're having fun. Like, I was almost not holding this one this week, but I just said, let me do it, right? So there's no structure to, don't worry, by next week we're going to do this one, right? It's just when we feel. So we are doing this one now till when we feel like again. Yeah. So any other question?
Okay, sir. Thank you for the lecture, the training so far.
Yeah.
It's very impactful. But one thing I want to know, does the training require somebody with a laptop? If not, without laptop, they cannot attend it.
Sir, me, I don't lie. You need a laptop. So you can borrow one. The brother beside you gave you the mic. He works in Computer Village. He can get you cheap laptops. Right? Though we have a few laptops in the office. Right? But there is no guarantee that it will spread out. So if you register on time, you can place and say, sir, I don't have a laptop. First to register. But it does not mean that you that you already have a laptop, you now still be. But we have like maybe 4 or thereabouts that we just keep there. So if you register on time and you indicate, we can keep it for you and say, okay, this is marked already. But no lies, you need a laptop here. Anybody telling you learn tech without a laptop, he wants to collect your money. And we are not into all that. Last question before my sister comes to speak. Are we all good? So when I come again, okay. Okay.
Since have said you are trying to build influence, across the board. So I would suggest that if you can have like a platform, because we have trained thousands of people,
yes, sir.
And then for those of us that are still coming on board, so I would suggest that you should create a platform where everybody can come together. Probably you have 1 or 2 challenges there, and then.
The platform already exists.
Okay.
The only thing is just that it's for people who have passed through our program. Are you getting me? It's not a general platform. It's for people who are inside. Are you with me? When we say 6 months support and mentorship, it is on that platform. So last question before she speaks.
Okay, thank you very much, sir, for the training and for the informations and everything. My question is that for the online training, is it flexible? I think you mentioned that it's going to be in the evening.
Yes.
So is it flexible, like if you miss the schedule, I don't know what exactly, somebody said 7 to 9. I'm not sure I heard that from
7 to 9:30.
Okay, so what if maybe you're on the road, maybe you were not able to meet up with that schedule? Would you be able to have access to the training for that day? And then my second question is that for how long would you have access to those training periods? Does it have an expiry date or something? Thank you.
Wonderful question. So, all classes are recorded and the replay is made available. Now, it doesn't mean that you should intentionally miss classes, because we always keep attendance and we always reach out to people who have been missing classes, like I did when I went to the office, right? But we also know that things happen in life. Human beings are not machines. So all classes are recorded, replay is made available, and you have lifetime access to your replay. So we don't do 1 year access. So the replay of your classes, it is yours for life, right? And we don't give it to you on WhatsApp. It is in your Google Drive, linked to your Gmail. So it will not be a situation, sir, my phone spoiled. I lost all those materials. No. It is inside your Google Mail and Google Drive for life. So that is what we do, right? And whether you attend physical or you attend online, you have access to all the online classes and additional videos that we also give out. Yeah. So I will take further questions when I come back. So my sister here will talk for 25 minutes, right? She's I call her Sister Buki, right? She's everything she says she is, right? She will introduce herself. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. I hope we've been enjoying ourselves so far. So having a feminine touch to everything that you have heard, at least you know that even if men come and talk about big money or big things, you know that women at least will not be able to lie like that, because calling big money is not really, as in, women are very conservative when it comes to those kind of things. So also women can relate, as a woman that is here, that you can relate with me, that at least if a man is saying, I did this, I did that, you'll be thinking, what about my children? How will I handle my work, my children? So I'm a woman, I have children, I run a business. So just to go ahead, because of time, my name is Bukola Ijoma. I like to call myself that. Now, I am a naturopath, a herbalist, and the founder of Bio Naturals Limited. I'm sure some of you would have seen my ads too. So I run ads too constantly, and some people might have seen it. So I do trainings, basically. So I'm here to talk about information technology. Information management, marketing. Sorry, I don't know why maybe because I'm still waiting for my slide to come in. So, but let me tell you, like Pastor said, like my pastor, who is also my pastor, he said he was going to tell you about the past, the present, and the future. I'll just give you a brief introduction of my past. So, I studied biochemistry in school, in my undergraduates. I finished, and as usual, in Nigeria, what you study is not what you practice. So I went into business. And I was doing, in my brain then, it was market. That was what it is, because in my own time, so I finished school in 2005. So in my own days, our own marketing is to go to offices. The first job I got was, I was selling generators, big generators, soundproof generators. So I would go to companies, big brands, and one of the challenges I faced then was people were, men. I'll go and say I want to sell somebody, and somebody will tell me to shut up and change the topic to toasting. Let me just use that. At that time, I was like 22, between 22 and 25. So it was easy, and I looked small. You can imagine, right now I'm 45. I don't look it. Can I imagine what I look like when I was in my 20s? So it was so easy for them to think that they could ride me. But of course it didn't happen. So that just made me know that any work that will make me to go and be meeting people to come and buy, I don't want to do again. So I worked for only 3 months, and I stopped the job. But of course, I was still doing other business. You know, Nigeria, you're going after contracts, blah, blah. So that was an issue. I had opportunities. So I'm not the kind of person that will say that, oh, maybe I was broke for some time. That's in my younger days. I had opportunities, you know. But I always threw it away. Because there was no right knowledge on how to go about things. I had contacts, I had opportunities, but the truth was, in fact, as at that time, what I was doing was, I used to go to Turkey, apart from bringing in clothes. I had companies in Turkey that wanted me to bring their brands to Nigeria. So my job was to find these wholesalers, dealers in those products. Maybe I found 1 or 2 for years. And then COVID, then along the line, 2014, my dad was sick and my dad died. This was what led me into herbal medicine. And then my dad died. Along the line, they said he died. One of the doctors mentioned that what killed him or what affected his kidney was that he was using a painkiller. And really, my dad had this arthritis. And the pain was severe. And in fact, he had a bag of medicines he used to carry that we used to mock him. We didn't even understand. And so they said, and my mom confirmed that, yes, a doctor told him not to use that medicine, not to continue using that medicine. But my dad said if he stops, that pain will continue. So he had no choice. And that led to his death. So that was like, that's what they call aha moments for me. I had to go back and think that, how did this happen? How did medicine? And of course I had a science background. So I started researching. And then I found out that there was a whole world of natural medicine outside, natural alternative actually. And that was the end for me, for chemicals and so many things, starting with my hair. I changed everything. So my next trip to Turkey, I told him, I said, hey, you see all these things? Even clothes. The clothes business is not as if I was making money. Because I really didn't know. I was losing money. I would carry money because I didn't know how to market. I didn't know anything. So I went to them. I said, Oga, this is what I want to do. As at that time, I had a list of herbs and things I wanted, supplements I wanted from Turkey. So we started. My partner said, okay, let's do this together. And we started. So that was in 2015. We started in 2015 as MC Herbal then. A friend of mine came and told me about Instagram, that I can use it, and she taught me a little bit about it that time. Then, too, she called it digital marketing, and I started trending on, okay, thank you. And I started trending on, not trending, just doing a little bit. Of course, we're also on Konga. So, we're managing, but the sales was, because I wasn't doing anything extra, the only thing I was doing was Instagram. And I wasn't even doing any adverts. So, it was the little immediate people I could meet. But we shall manage. 2019, I went into politics, and of course, the small money that I had gathered, I had now lost everything. But we're still in business. I was still talking to foreign people where, in my own days, you are looking for contracts. So I was going after big contracts. Then COVID happened, and everybody went into a hole. And that period, I also got pregnant. Pregnancy that I wasn't expecting, because my last child was 10 years back. So I found out that there was nothing to do. I couldn't import because, of course, what I was selling was imported products. I couldn't do anything. And then I was pregnant. All my life, I had never found myself in that state because even with all the failures I've had in the past, there was always this hope that there's something else. But this time around, it felt like a hopeless case because I didn't even know what to do. I didn't even know what move. I was taking courses online. That was when I had to now go online. I found different courses, but there was really nothing I could do with it. Then towards the end, this was 2021, towards the end of 2021, my brother came to my house, and he told me he was taking a course somewhere. He will go, he will come back, and we're mocking him. We're laughing at him because he's my brother that we think is the one that is not serious in the house. So we're laughing at him, but he was going. And then he came back. He told me he's selling wristwatch. He's selling, and he was making, I said, but I still ignored him. Then one day, towards the end of that way, he now insisted that this person was going to have webinar. He wanted me to attend his webinar. He insisted. It was on my neck. So I listened. I attended. That time, they had like 3 or 4 webinars. After the webinar, of course, they'll tell you, like just like today, they will tell you, but then it was online, how much the program is you pay. I paid for about 3 programs. Then e-commerce, this same e-commerce, that was digital marketing was part of it. Just to learn, I was eager, I was hungry because I was also broke. And that was the first time in my life I knew the fear of not having. You know, so it was more of fear that was driving me. So, but when I attended the webinar, they had travel abroad, they had real estate, they had, I shall paid for everything. And then when we pay for courses, you have a day that you will meet with him. And then I start with him, and then, because at that time, I forgotten what I was doing. I was just looking for the normal habit we had. Where is the next business? I had forgotten what drove me into herbal medicine. You know, I had even forgotten that I was just looking for the next business. So I sat down with him, and he said to me, he said, after asking me something, he said, look, what you have done successfully for 7 years, you're already a master at that. And that's what I think you should pay attention. And then I went ahead, but that was like an eye-opener for me. Just that statement opened my eye. So I went ahead and did the e-commerce course. And monetization, that time it was e-commerce and information monetization. So I took it. I learned everything, Facebook. And you know, somebody was asking, is it going to be, honestly, it's one-on-one. Even though he said it's not one-on-one, as far as I'm concerned, what you get is one-on-one. This program that they are doing, I attended one of the classes. I said, let me even refresh, but my work would not allow me. And I sat down for one day. I wanted to attend your program. But when I started, I said, no, I can't do this. Why? Because the people that were there, the kind of questions they were asking, you know, the kind of level at which the person that was taking them was starting from, there was no way I could spend my whole day sitting because I had passed that stage. So somebody opening Instagram for you and pointing out everything I said, so honestly, and if one person asks question, they go back and answer that person. So I said, no, at this rate, I can't continue like that. But, you know, but that's what the class is like presently. It's one-on-one. Forget what he said. It's actually one-on-one. Because if you have a question, you ask, they would answer you. So let me continue my story. So I took the program. And meanwhile, I told you now, I'd had so much knowledge because, okay, I didn't finish introducing myself. I studied biochemistry. I had herbal medicine courses in different places, UK, US, different countries. And then COVID now opened my eyes that, okay, as you are not importing, you need to learn about Nigeria. Then I found out about Unilag herbal medicine programs. I started, to the point I did my master's in herbal medicine. We're very few people that would go. But that's what it's called purpose, you must understand. So before I was chasing money. But the fact that my main aim was to make sure that first, my mother does not go through what my dad went through. And then to everybody I know should actually not suffer from. Because the truth was that everything that happened that was wrong with my dad, we had the herbs or the trees, everything that would fix all the problem was right inside our compound. But ignorance. So that's one thing to say. That knowledge, I think, is the most important thing that everybody must go for. And the road to your next level that you are looking for, in fact, the road to that freedom you are looking for is just knowledge. You are where you are today because you've not gotten the knowledge to where you are going to. So I knew a lot about medicine. I already knew a lot to help people, but I really couldn't reach out to people. Because I didn't even know that there was a path to reach out until I met him and they taught me information monetization. As we speak now, that was just an introduction. So let me go back to my slide because if I keep talking, I think I'll go ahead. So as we speak now, okay, so this is just who I am. Let me just let me mention some parts yesterday because I didn't so right now, of course, I'm a University of Lagos alumni. I'm a health educator and knowledge entrepreneur. If you can remember, I said I was selling product basically before. All I was doing was product. And there was limitation to how far I was going. Because of my background, I'm always I don't look for small retail business. Because that's small money. How do I start? So that was my background. So when I was selling product, I wasn't making the kind of money I wanted to make. So, but information monetization course led me to know how to now sell the knowledge that I had. Presently, we'll go there. Let me just continue. So presently, I train thousands of people across Nigeria in herbal medicine. UK, US, Canada. My last webinar, I had people from South Africa. And then there was somebody from Cape Town. Yeah, in my last webinar. And then there was another person from one European country, I can't remember again. So what I'm just trying to say is, based on that knowledge, I have put myself out. Yesterday, somebody called me, he's in Germany, he was telling me that he's been following me online, and what am I posting online? What I'm training, different things, He's been following me online, he's setting up a platform, and some conversations started. Just for me putting out myself. All my years of going to Turkey, running up and down the market to see who will bring this product that brought nothing. Now I sit in my house and I achieve more than that. I don't only train now. I have people in these countries, US, UK, and even Canada, that now sits with me because they want to now, because when I train you to just like they will do here, they will train you to go and do your own. Go and become your person. So I don't train to hide knowledge. I train people, and the next thing is they want to set up their businesses too. And in those companies, and some of them insist that I have to be a part of that business in the US, in the UK. So they want to register a company and put my name. Now, this is me that said I was having a fear of succeeding. The fear of failure, of nothing. When it comes to talking about money, that's not even as in lack. Even if, because a business person, you know that you always use money. You don't keep money. So there's always a project. So even when I finish running the monies, which doesn't even happen most times, the fact is, as I'm sitting here, my account is receiving money, a lot, for a student paying. And remember that that one now is not product. It's just my brain. So the only money I spend is my ad money. And what made me to even, okay, let me just continue introducing. So, and of course, I also have a community, and that also helps, just like when I was talking about influence, you're able to connect with different people that in your wildest dream, you may not even think, you would have not thought you would meet them. And I have students all over Nigeria. So I have people talking to me from Calabar, Uyo, Castina, some kind of places that when I see them, I'll be like, so there are people here, and they are reaching out, Ekiti, just name them. So all over Nigeria, just by monetizing my knowledge. Okay, the hard season. So I've talked about this before. This was all the COVID, pregnancy, of course, spending money on ad, nothing. I couldn't import. I couldn't work because I felt lost. Let me just put that. Then buying online courses, learning everything, all those online courses. Because, if you're the kind of person that wants to move, you are looking for knowledge. So you will spend money, and up to today, but most times, you learn it, you cannot get anything out of it. Because there's a difference in buying online course and a training where somebody is working with you. They are two different. Online course, most times, they sell their course to you. Like the kind of trainings I do, for example, now for you to know is training. Normal, the courses I took, I just bought them online, learned, because I had scientific background, it was easy for me to relate. But now I train people. I have live sessions. Nobody had live sessions with me when I was having but I give my student opportunity to have sessions with me so I can help them, and that's what this program is all about. So there are areas that you can be reading by yourself that your mind may not open to. But when you have somebody who has experienced certain things, the person will share, just that person sharing his own experience alone with you is different from just going to read something that the person, even if it's the person that wrote it. So let's go. Because of time, I'm trying to there's a lot I could say. So, of course, 2021, I discovered a guitar with all of these things. And I joined the church because the influence was so much that I had to join the church. Then what I discovered, my 20 years of health knowledge had value. That was honestly, because that could have passed. Most times when we are going through troubles or through situations, your search for knowledge is actually attracting things to you. And that's why I believe that. And you are praying. So things are coming to you. But sometimes we miss it out. We miss out those things when they come to you. Because till today, when I see that, I'm always grateful to God for even making that my brother to meet Pastor Yomi. And for him to, and this was a brother that we used to laugh at. So ordinarily, I might have not listened to him. But that day, that meeting changed my whole life, honestly. Because when you even compare, those years I said I had opportunities, I was not in control of my wealth. I was not in control of it. I was going to, and those things, opportunities that come today, you use it. Then maybe wait another 1 year, 2 years before things come. And that's because of knowledge, because of ignorance, because all those things that I now ask myself, if I had that opportunity and I know these things I know now, I know how I will make use of them. So And then the internet is a marketplace. These are all the things I discovered from Egital. It's a marketplace for experience. I didn't need a skill. All I needed was the right knowledge and the strategy to go, which I learned that strategy from Egital. Technology could amplify what I already know, and communities plus content equals income. Let's go. So taking action, my first step were small, but they were, I'm not here to tell you like people will tell you online, I want to sell course, make how many millions in one day. Everything is a process. And when you don't follow the process, so forget all those stories. If you don't follow the process, it just cannot happen immediately. So I started to show up online after learning, of course, when you finish it. In fact, the truth is that in their class, this is one of the, when pastor was saying that somebody in the class told him that he started selling, he started doing other people's Instagram. If I want that, one of their teachers, what he will do to you as he's training you, I remember I was in his class those days, he will tell you that he's giving you maybe that weekend, you have, I think Friday, Saturday, he will now give you the assignment. Maybe what he taught us is website building. That I can remember. My own particular class was website building. And he said, after teaching, he said, go and put on your status, I build websites. And make sure you bring the business. And that's how they will challenge you. And he did it. And really, I collected money in that period. Website is not my thing. But people paid me to build websites for them. That time, it was, when I was learning. So when you are learning, actually, you start making money. And this is not lie. So that's why I'm not surprised because I was in that class when, I'm sure it's the person I'm thinking, she was saying that a lot of people had collected money from her in the name of optimizing the Instagram every time. So when she said, now it's our turn. I was in that class when she was saying, it's our own turn to start collecting money from people. So that's how practical the class is. So, of course, I had to start showing online from even during the training. Of course, then the strategy came where the strategy was to actually have webinars. This was my own strategy because at the end of the day, people have to know you. But those are strategies that I don't know that if I'm allowed to start sharing here because I learned it there. It's part of what's the plus that even when they put it's not in the brochure. But trust me, that brochure, for example, now in that brochure, I did not see that they will teach you how to build websites. The truth is that because some people will look at that brochure now. I remember sharing the brochure with somebody and said that she didn't see that they will teach me how to. There are certain things that they can't put all those details. But the truth is that even before while you are there, I think day one or day two, you even get a free website. You have the whatever tool. You have to get a website to work with. I'm sure he omitted that, but he's going to talk about it when. So we did. The strategy for me is have webinars, run ad, just like this one. Get a WhatsApp group. Put people in WhatsApp group, have webinars, tell them what you can do. That's where the information technology, marketing comes in. Then from there, like he was talking about the law of average, depending on how you strategize there's really logic about Facebook ad. So I started from one level and I know where I am. When I started running Facebook ad, I know how much I was making then. And now I know how much I'm making now. It was all strategy that came from him. So there's really a strategy to it, using the law of averages. So there's really, and of course that is where you build your communities from. Because apart from those that will come from the ad, who are general, who they are audience that you can keep like now. So I don't just sell information. Those products that I'm trying to sell, the kind of way I like to do my products to sell, which is wholesale. This gives me the opportunity so I train people who buy products from me. I train people who I now even help them buy it, both the one they need to import and the low. So a chain of businesses has come from just learning how to do this and deciding to go through the route of information technology. A chain, and that brings in the streams of the multiple. So even when I'm importing now, sometimes I'm importing people already paying me for the product. And not to talk about the people you are really helping transform their life, because it's not even about the money. You are actually helping. You are delivering information that is really needed. So let's go. So most times, okay, let me finish. What happened when? So all of these, I think these are the things I've talked about. So let's just. So right now, I have over 100 people because presently I have two trainings. I have 3 books. All of them are just people are buying and people are attending. People will attend the training. They will still buy books. So there's multiple streams, and then of course across all of those countries. So online health. So what I do with all of this knowledge is health consultation. So people pay me to have consultation with them. Just like you go to the hospital and you want to see doctor, you pay for it. The same thing, you do that with me. I train practitioners who now run their own businesses. I start up wellness businesses in Lagos, Abuja, Cross River, US, UK, all over the places. Programs graduates. Okay, program graduates actively earning from their knowledge. Let's go. So I just want to quickly, because of time. So what is knowledge monetization? That is information monetization. It is turning what you know into income, using digital tools to reach people who need your expertise. So some people, okay, let me just jump. Go to the next slide. So now, this is where I want you guys to pay attention. So the lie most people believe is that I am not an expert. What I know is too basic. Nobody will pay me for this. If I tell you that people pay me to teach them how to drink water, will you believe? I'm just telling you how basic knowledge. I'm telling you because you have not seen problem. God will not let us see problem. When you see problem, and from my knowledge, I know that part of the root of their problem was water. And some will say, yes, I drink water, but they were not doing the right thing. And now they have issues. And people pay for that. I was telling him that the next course I want to have is breathing exercise course. How to breathe. Because a lot of you are sitting down here. Honestly, I can bet if I say I should run test on everybody now, maybe 1% alone will be breathing rightly. So imagine now, some of these things are things that ordinarily I believe everybody should know. And the reason why I know that people don't know is when I started having consultation with people and I started seeing the root of people's problem, they are the one that is causing their problem because of ignorance. So most times what you know that you think is common, it's not common. So you need to sit down and think about, if you're on route, especially for those that do services. I mean, in other ones we had people come that they are insurance agents and all of that. I was in that space at some point because based on information too, and I found out that this space, what is lacking there is that these people they don't know how to use the edu. They have package, they have things that almost everybody needs, but people don't know. So the best way to go, and that's for servicing, people who do service, the best way to go is this information technology. I mean, why am I saying information technology? Because it's IT. Information monetization. The best route to go is that way. And that's how many of us, and some people will say, if I don't, honestly, I'm not a Gen Z. At least I told you, I had finished university before I even had access to computer. And when I started my training, I didn't know any, I told you I'm a business person we didn't used to use computers. So I learned. So there's nobody that is here that will say, this thing is beyond me. There's nobody. Everybody, once you are there, you will learn it. So don't accept this lie that you don't know. What you know. Like imagine him talking about somebody that failed in oil. And I know that person. When he mentioned, it was part of the example he gave me there when he was talking to me. I know the lady, before I came there, I know that she's actually very popular. And she started from just selling the knowledge. As at that time, she had the same thing with... Let me not go. When maybe the next one will come, that brother I was talking about will come. So the truth, you don't need to know everything, just more than the person you are helping. There are thousands of people right now searching for what you already know. Your present story makes your knowledge unique and irreplaceable. And if it's from you and from yourself, like what the story I told you now, did I not catch you? From what happened to me and what led me into herbal medicine. If it's you, would you not want to work with such a person? So your personal story will connect, but you must be able to put it out. And that's true. So technology has removed every barrier between you and audience. So I tell you that people are reaching all over the world to me. In my small space, when I was having that aha moment, I didn't know that it was going to lead me to this point. So now I'm not afraid of walking into somebody's office and come and be toasting me, giving me condition to. It's not a story anymore. In fact, if you come to me and I'm not happy with the way you're chatting me, or you even pay me for something, I'll tell you, Oga, take your money. I can body, so you are in control, and then you have freedom. But if you don't get this knowledge, you will just find out that you remain in the same place year after years. So this is something I'm taking my time because I'm passionate about it, because this transformed me. And I know that for everybody to be here, for you to go beyond staying in your house, because some people will see that ad and want it, but they will not move. So for you to go beyond that and be here, it's really my intention for you to get what you're supposed to get here, because it's not an accident. Like when I attended those webinars, now I know it was not an accident. It was God orchestrating my part. So 3 steps. The first step is make up your mind to join this particular batch of training. Now that you have heard it, don't waste time. And then with it, you'll be able to, because some people may not even know what they are packaging. Like me, I didn't know until you opened my eyes to. And because of the mentorship program that is even offering you guys, and I think the last day too, they are having the business, because the kind of opportunity like where I had that session with him was a business class. You know, that was where he was able to open my eyes to see all those things. So don't even dwell on that. So you can, if you don't know your package now, be sure that when you attend that program, you will find it out. Show up, build trust, offer, and earn money. Now, so that's it. Thank you very much. Any question, quickly, because my time is up. So, any question? Go ahead. Okay, my handle is BioNaturals. I think it's checking the...
My question is, how come your name is Bukola and Ijoma?
I'm a full Nigerian. So, it's because of people like us that Nigeria cannot break. My dad is Yoruba. My mom is Igbo. And I was born in Kaduna. So I could, if my passport allows me to put 3 names, I will add my Hausa name. So that you know we are a pan-Nigeria, not pan-Africa. So any other question? Well, can you, is my, okay, so it's not, so is this BioNaturals? And then there's YouTube, Instagram, there's underscore NG. You know, so maybe when you are on the different platforms, you can ask, they can actually share it to you. So any other question? Any other question? Okay, thank you all.
Thank you very much, Sister Buki. So people, this is where we call it a day. Thanks for coming. Right, so share the brochure once again. So our commitment to you for this training is either an online class or a physical class. Now, for everyone that attended, the brochure will be shared with you, so you know what you are paying for. So if you're attending the online class, it is 16 days of online classes, Mondays to Thursdays. Classes starts both on the online and the physical next week, Thursday. Online class is 7 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. Physical class is 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. There's an hour break. If you are doing physical class, it's 10 days. If you are doing the online class, it is 16 days of online classes, right? So take note of that. Now, number 2, I didn't say everything. At the end of the program, there's a business class. It's a one-day business meeting where we come together and we trash out your objectives for the business, right? So it's a business meeting, right? Now, when you get into the program, the first assignment you will do is that you will tell me who you are, what you currently do, and what you want to achieve with this training. So at the business class, I chart that pathway. So that business class is a way of knowing that, okay, this is what you are working on for the next 6 months. I'm working with you along with my tutors and my coaches to help you achieve that objective. Now, I also didn't say this when I was talking earlier. You'll be given a website and a domain name during the course of the training. You don't have to pay for it. We get that for you. And that website is yours, right? It's part of your package, right? No, you don't pay additional for the website and the domain. We teach you websites, creation, and landing page. There are some things that I did not mention. There are some things that are not in the brochure that we still teach you, right? Because there are things that we just feel that there are things you should know. So we didn't see a need to be putting everything there because you can't even run conversion ads without a website, right? Now, during the course of the physical class, we'll be providing the data that we use in the class. So you don't have to come with your data except you choose to, but we'll make provisions for that, right? Now, this is our responsibility to you. We have like maybe 4 or 5 extra laptops. So for those who pay on time, and provided you don't have a laptop, we can allow you to use the laptop, right? So that is it. So it's not like you have a laptop and you say, oh, since they have some laptops there, there's no point for that, right? So now for this training, this is our least expensive training. It comes with 6 months support and mentorship online. And if we are to charge the worth of this training, it will be very expensive. But this training we are doing a very massive discount on it. And when I announce the discount, I want you all to clap for me, right? Mm-hmm. Now, let me also tell you this, right? Many people, I know your heart is just doing big, 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 big. Calm down, right? I want to leave you with a statement today. It takes money to make money. And the money I'm charging you is just 125,000. Clap for me. You better clap. You better clap for me. Now, I don't say this with arrogance. Most of our trainings are 350,000. That's for the Nigerian one. 300, 350. Diaspora, 350 pounds, 450, 650, $1,000, right? But like I said, we are trying to. But if you cannot afford 125,000, then you might just have to do something, because that's like the things we provide for your training has even eaten to whatever little profit we are trying to make. But there is now another offer, right? Now, for those who can pay within 24 hours, that shows that you are the highest level of seriousness. You just pay just 100,000 naira. Clap for me. Clap for me before I change my mind. Should I change my mind? Should I withdraw the offer? Are you sure? For those who pay, no, that's the list that I can. So for those who pay within 24 hours, that's between now, what's the time now? 2:11. Yeah, that's what I do. So between, it shows how serious you are. Between 2:11 and 2:11 tomorrow, you just pay 100,000 naira, right? So, and the business class, you are even going to hit there at the business class. It's a business meeting. You people should clap for me. Oh, somebody's saying, are you going to eat every day? Okay, let me do the math for you. By the time you eat every day, you have eaten 100,000 naira. 100, you have eaten. You have eaten more than 100,000 every day. Help me now. Right? So, do you have the account details on board? You should check. You should have it, right? So, this is the account details. And you can chat. But please, people, here we stick to what we say. So, if you are able to pay within 24 hours, you just pay 100,000 naira, and that's it, right? We just give. Now, why do we do this 24 hours package, right? It's because when we are planning for a training, we want to know the number of people, right? So that we can start planning already. At times, we get extra tutors, right? So we don't want a situation whereby it is on Thursday that you are now coming. We are now having to say, Brother Sam, where are you? There we know. So we always want to ensure that everybody that is ready, we know them. So we just reduce the price for you. So this is the account details. You can chat up any of this number after payment. Don't forget, but if you cannot pay within 24 hours, you are not stopped from the training, no, right? You just pay 100, and it's just 25,000 naira difference. Yes or no? Just 25K. So, but if you just want 100K, just pay and we enroll you for the class, right? So at this point, you can now ask your questions. My wife will come briefly and talk to us about exportation. She handles that area, and that course is more than exportation. It also goes into food processing, right? For those who want to do food processing, she also handles importation class. Is massive, right? So, but she will come and share with us some of the things you should expect in the exportation class with her briefly. But before then, do you have any question for me? Right? Do you have any question for me? Oh yeah, give them the mic.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
For those of us online,
yes.
In order of them coming to the office, you are the one that will provide data for them.
Yeah.
So what can you do for us?
Okay, very good, ma. So let me explain something to you, ma. This might shock you. The amount of money I spend on the online classes is also a lot. That Zoom subscription that we use, we pay monthly for it, right? When we say, we store on Google Drive, for you, for your own Google Drive, it's just your own class. But look at all our classes since 2019, 2023. Do you know that we still store those classes on Google Drive till today? Why? Because we promise people lifetime access. One thing you can take from me is the fact that we keep our word in Ejita. We keep our, even if it will be a loss for us, we keep our. So students that attend classes 2022, 2023, all those things are still on the drive there, right? So we also spend on subscription. We also spend on Google Drive. We also spend some tools, ma. So it's 100,000. Like, I wish I could. You know, by the time you get in and I give you all this calculation, you will realize that this man can just sit down in his house and just do online. And that's all. But, like I said, I am building influence with people, building relationship, trying to, like all the people that came here are my students. Some that are not here will come some other time. Right? So that's just it. So, just do the 100K, ensure you pay within 24 hours and get it. But it's the same price. It is well, ma. But be rest assured that, I'm telling you, be rest assured that that money that you pay, by the time you get into the program and you are done, that money will look like nothing to you. I'm telling you. Because some of the things we will show you in the exportation course, the importation, you can easily make that money back easily. No, it's 24 hours, man. It's 24 hours. It's just 24 hours. Then it's just 24. This money is nothing. It's not. I don't know why you are making. Any other question? Any other question?
Sorry, sir. I just want to get a clarification on this. Is this program the one they call SAP program?
It's not the one they call SAP, sir.
Okay.
It's not it, sir.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Any other question? Sir, he has a question. Yeah.
Do you make provision for instrumental payments?
Okay, yeah. If you are doing, for the 100K payment is a one-time payment. But if you are doing the 125K payment, you just add an additional 5K on top of it, right? So you pay 130K. So you can pay 80, then after 1 week, max 2 weeks, you balance us our 50K, right? So that we don't run at a loss, right? But that is only open to people that want to do 125K. So if you are doing one-time payment, you pay your 100K, you lock shop, and you don't pay any other thing. And let me also tell this to us. I know many of us have gone for trainings, and after the training, they will now tell you there's another master. We don't do that nonsense here. We don't do that here. After your training, I don't collect money from you for anything again. There's no master anywhere. What I do is support and mentorship, and I don't charge for that. We support you till you achieve your objective. So that is how we do our things. Not that when you not get, we not say, that one, no, your money does not reach that one. You have to, no, we don't do that here. So if you want to do instrumental, you pay 80K, then you pay 50K within 1 week, max 2 weeks, and we wrap it up. But if you want to do one-time payment, you do 100K or you do 125K one time, and you lock up. You can see that I've tried. I've tried though. Oh yeah, next question. Exactly. Any of these numbers, you can send the receipts there. To any of these numbers. Okay, my brother has a question.
Sorry, please.
Your face looks familiar.
Uh-huh.
Have you attended my seminar before?
Yes.
That was 2022, thereabouts.
Yes.
I remember your face.
Please, where is the office?
You don't know my office after following me all this while. My office is at Akinwale Street. 4 Akinwale, Nationwide Filling Station. Yeah, off Yaya Baton. That's where my office is. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, ma.
Please, after the training, are we going to have the certificates?
Yes, ma. Okay, but ma, so I was in the office on Tuesday with the students, and before they started their training, they asked me this question, and I told them they will get certificates. After the training, and I said, please, I want to design your certificate for you to be very thick. They said, sir, give us the certificate, but sir, what we have learned here, but we'll give you certificate. But I'm trying to tell you that the learning, by the time you enter the program, certificate will not be on your mind, but we'll still give you certificate. Is it not certificate? Certificate now, water now. Certificate. You will get. I would have told Joseph to go on LinkedIn. Our certificate is very fine, no? Very fine. But our knowledge is more beautiful than the certificate. Next question. Once you learn digital marketing, you learn how to sell real estate. Yeah, easily. Especially targeting diaspora. Because most people buying real estate now are in diaspora. Any other question before I bring on my wife to end the meeting with us today? Just to share a few tips about exportation with us. Right? You can bring him. Right? just to share a few tips with exportation. Right? Does anybody still have any other question? Hope I've answered all your question. Okay. So, right? That being said, my wife is coming here. She will talk, just say a few things about importation, right? And a few tips about exportation, 5 minutes, so that they can go to their house, right?
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm sure we've all been greatly impacted. If you enjoyed the seminar, can I see your hands? Okay, beautiful. All right, so I'm not going to say much because I know we've all already learned a lot, right? So I'll just tell you a little bit about myself and my story and how I also started. So I'm a part of everything. Aside from the fact that I'm a mom and I've been at the back there struggling with my toddler, but it's all good. It's part of it. So if you are someone like myself, maybe you have kids, you're a parent, and Sister Buki? So parents like myself, right? And you feel like, oh, my kids take so much of my time, and I need to work. I work from home practically. I have my workstation at home, and I do what I can do. But to cut a long story short, right? So 2018, I stumbled upon digital marketing, and it was coincidental. I was in Abeokuta at the time. I had made up my mind I was not going to work. I was not going to try to get a job because I did not, like the idea of the labor market, going for interviews and being turned down. So and also my experience, I'd applied for 2 jobs. One was a teaching job. They're going to pay me 18,000. The other one was a call center job. They're going to pay me 15,000. So I said, rather than doing that, I'll just be selling at home, selling things, selling clothes, selling shoes. And that was what I was doing. So I used to sell on the big e-commerce platforms, Gigi, Jumia, and the likes. And it wasn't a bad experience, but it couldn't feed me. And it couldn't take care of my needs. I would sell one like in a week, 2 in 2 months. It was just crickets. So one day, a friend of mine called me, and said, how are you doing? I said, I'm fine. He said, so where are you? I said, I'm in Abeokuta. He said, what are you doing there? I said, I'm just living life and, trying to make ends meet. I said, I should come to Lagos. That I could be doing real estate. Things are happening in Lagos. Real estate is making people a lot of money. I said, really? He said, yes. I said, give me an idea. I said, for instance, I could sell a plot of land and make a ₦1 million commission, ₦2 million commission. And he kept saying million, million, million. Right? And before I knew it, the following day, I'd entered Lagos. And that was my first entry into Lagos. When I got into Lagos, I started to market real estate too, just like the way he said. So I would take myself from the mainland to Ibejuleki. I will get there, I will do videos, come and buy land. This land is dry land, is this, is that, free trade zone. I all those things. And I did it for some time. And I wasn't making sense. I said, okay, I need to, do my marketing more. So I printed 1,000 flyers. And I was strategic in my positioning. So I went to go and stand in front of GT Bank. I said, because anybody entering the bank has affiliation with money. Is either you're going to go and deposit money, or you're going to come and collect money. So at least, if I market my real estate to them, I should, get clients. So I did 1,000 copies of flyers. And lo and behold, when I got home, a friend of mine said, so how was it? I said, it was great. I said, now I know I'm going to get some calls and some messages. And lo and behold, a week passed, 2 weeks passed, and not a single person called me. And I was under the sun that day, sharing 1,000 flyers. And that was my last time I never tried it again. So some of you might have experienced such things, like, you share flyers and all of that. That's traditional marketing. I don't know, but for me, it did not work, so I did not even go back there. So I was so angry because, leaving all Abeokuta come to Lagos with a lot of expectations. So I met my friend. I said, this is not what you told me. You told me that by the time I enter Lagos, I'll start to sell real estate. I'm making 1 million, 2 million, 3 million commission. But this is not what I've discovered. So he said that, you can be using digital marketing and all that. I said, what's that? He said, so I said, you know what? I'll buy you food. Just let's sit out. You tell me about these things and all of that. So he sat me. I took him to a restaurant beside the office, and I bought him food. It was the last 1,000 naira in my pocket. Then 1,000 naira food made sense, right? So I bought him jollof rice, fried rice, and meat. And he said, are you not buying for? I said, don't worry. He said, are you sure you're not? Don't worry, I'm fine. What he didn't know was that I didn't have enough extra cash, except my transport. So he started discussing, and he was telling me, so I bring smartwatches from China. I run ads, and then I also use these ads to sell my real estate. And my mind was being exploded, right? He didn't bring out his laptop. He did not do any of that. But the things he was saying was blowing me up. And after that day, that was the encounter I had. And after that day, I went back home. I went to take courses. I started learning and all of that. And before you knew it, I brought in my first set of products from China. I had about 50,000 naira saved at the time. I brought 50,000 worth of products. I multiplied it to about 250,000. At some point, it became 1.5 million worth of products. At some point, and up till now, I still do e-commerce. Right? So I'm at home, I do e-commerce, I do many things, I do exportation, but what I'm just trying to tell you is that digital marketing was a propeller for me. It exposed me and opened me up to many things. E-commerce was one of them, right? And many things, the trainings we are seated here doing today is also part of it. Many things I started to do with digital marketing. And after some time, I also stumbled upon exportation. So exportation came. I used to send things to my family members and some friends over there in the US and the UK and that. So I realized that Africans in diaspora like to use African things. My mom, for instance, she lives in the US. My mother-in-law too. They do not use American stuff, like they don't eat their food and all of that. And the reason is because, according to what they say, that these are the things that cause health issues for people, right? Like my mom's church now, they have Department of Diabetes, Department of High Blood Pressure and the likes. They are treating ailments because all their food is not healthy, right? So even up to the toothpaste that my mom uses to brush her teeth, it's from Nigeria. She uses the powder herbal toothpaste. So these things, I realized that a lot of people are using African stuff, Nigerian stuff, even in the US, in the UK, and other European countries. And this was how it started for me. So I said, okay, if I can get more clients from these places, then I can sell to them. And earning in foreign currency is very sweet. I hope you know that. You are sure? Okay. Please, let's just go up a little bit. Please let me scroll up. Okay, so now your location may be local, but your market is global. It's time to stop hustling and start building. So I was a hustler. But after digital marketing, I started to build. Working hard, but not working smart. Please scroll up. I've spoken about this. Scroll up. So why exportation? Number one reason, economic resilience, earning in hard currency. Earning in hard currency. I know, if as of today, I don't know how much $1. I think $1 is about 1,400 thereabouts. Am I correct? Yes. So, if you are in hard currency today, right? It helps you. It gives you a leverage in today's economy, and you can. It's not hard, actually. You can. With all you'll be learning, especially digital marketing, it will pave a way where you can get international customers from the diaspora that will buy from you, both edible and non-edible commodities. Number two, the profit multiplier. I think the acre of Gary is about 2,500 naira. But if you live in the UK and I want to sell a acre of Gary to you, I'll sell it to you for about 10,000 or 12,000 naira. Right? But if I tell you to buy it here, you will say, no, you can't buy it. So why? I like foreign customers. Sorry. Because they will buy it better. The diaspora need. High demand for authentic quality assured home goods. The diaspora people are looking for quality. They are looking for a good product. There's a pregnant woman that, she was craving Gari and granite. She had to, drive far. And actually, these people don't have shops close to them. They don't have, where they could buy these things close to them. They have to go very far distances, and sometimes they will spend $100 on Uber, like that, to and fro, $120 on Uber before they can get. And if you calculate that, that's about 150,000 naira just transportation to go and buy Gari and granite, right? So if you can get it to them at their doorstep, at a way lesser amount, say you get Gary, a kg of Gary, maybe you sell it to them for like maybe 12,000, and Gary, and that's 24,000 there, and it gets to their doorstep, and they're like, this thing got there is way cheaper. It might be costly to you, but to them, they know how much they would have gotten it. My mother-in-law, she likes Ogi very much, right? And our Ogi finished. So As some there got it for her from the shop. I did not tell Mama how much he got the ogi. And Mama was drinking the ogi. This ogi is no ogi now. What's all this? How much is this, Sef? I said $100. I said, $100 care. Till that ogi finished, she was angry because they bought it on $100. Because she said, this ogi that she will buy, very good one from, Ibadan, maybe 10,000, $100. So that's just it. I was going to tell you a story about a pregnant woman craving gari and granite. She now drove far distance to go and get it. And when she got back home with the gari, mixed the gari and the granite. By the time she raised one spoon into her mouth, sand and soft granite. Okay, so the nostalgia economy, we aren't just selling food, we are selling home. African immigrants as a specialized high intent audience. The value of convenience, delivering quality Nigerian food to a doorstep. So all I'm just trying to say here is delivering quality, they still have the nostalgia of home. A friend of mine traveled to the UK last month and she was staying in her friend's place. And I was like, trying to get like, okay, these people, can I be sending the foodstuffs? She said, because she was eating pop-off, right? And I'm like, are you sure you are not still in Nigeria? Where did you see pop-off to be eating now? She said, we made it here. Oh. And she said, these people here, in their freezer, up to the meat and the fish that they eat, and everything they have in their freezer, they have like 2 freezers, everything is from Nigeria. So Nigerians, Africans, right, in diaspora, they still have the feel of home. They still want to feel home. They eat everything we eat here, right? So you can be the person sending these things to them. And it doesn't have to be everything. Maybe it's gari is your specialty. Maybe a luboy is your specialty. Maybe it's fish. Maybe it's dried fish. Even frozen food. Ironically, some people won't buy the soup. They just buy the soup cooked like that. And they just, request for it to be sent to them over there. So these are some of the things that is possible. Okay? Scroll up, please. I don't want to take our time. So in our programs, we will learn documentation. We will learn sourcing, how to source some of these things. Then digital presence, which we already talked about, digital marketing being part of it, right? Because it's important. If you don't have clients, then you're not in business, right? So this course actually is like, 360, everything, you know everything. So if you're able to get the clients, then you are certain that your ad currency is sure, right? Okay, so then targeting the right audience. How you're going to target the people in the diaspora that really need what you are selling. Scroll up. Okay, so if you are confused, you are in debt, or you're just tired of hustling, then this is your exit strategy. So this is me telling you, right? If you are, once like me, didn't know what to do, tried many things, and or maybe you are in debt, then this is your exit strategy. The promise, you can't get it wrong with acquiring multiple skills. And just as digital marketing propelled me, it can change your financial story today. So don't just watch others strive. Participate in your own success and join the movement. Thank you.
Thank you very much. So, okay, 1 or 2. If it's out of time, yeah.
It's part of the program. Yes, it's part of the program. Is there any other question? Is the exportation?
Okay, so people, I could see some people sending chat that they couldn't copy the account details. So this is the account details. It will be left here, right? So thank you everyone for coming. I leave you, the brochure will be sent to you on WhatsApp once you attended. So I leave you with one word. The journey of 1,000 miles starts with a step taking. Take that step today. Your 24 hours is counting. All the best. So have a wonderful time. Bye for now. Yeah.